Anthony are no strangers to scandal. Opie and Anthony on satellite radio.
Apparently, Opie and Anthony are dicks.
Oh, here they go again.
Fun, dopey radio show. Not just any radio show. A radio show that inspires beyond your wildest dreams.
The show was a lot funnier on NEW.
The show's hosts, Anthony Cumia and Greg Opie Hughes.
Controversial team.
6 years without getting fired, a new record for us.
It's just astounding to me.
I didn't want to say it's racist, but goddamn.
This show will rock as best as we could possibly do this radio show.
I'm going to go home and whack to a tranny later. There you go, all right?
God, we just lost our demo, man. What's wrong with you?
Is this the last straw for the watching radio duo?
The Opie and Anthony Show, the most popular show in the history of satellite radio.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Friday. Yeah!
Oh, yeah, I like saying TGIF. TGIF.
Do ya?
Do you really?
Do ya? Do ya?
Yeah.
Do the bit.
Do the bit.
Well, very good news, ladies and gentlemen. We got a action-packed show for you today.
Oh, my God.
Travis is taking the day off today. So in his place, moving up the chain is
The
E-Rock.
chain of command.
Is E-Rock. And he just handed in, thank God, the one sheet. For the listeners out there, the one sheet is everything to us. When we're not, when we decide to not just babble back and forth and just give you fucking radio magic because we're that damn good, we have to rely on this one sheet, right?
Yeah. It's one sheet.
It's one sheet. It's
Hence
basically
the one sheet.
all the stuff that we could go to today.
Yeah, people think everything we do is off the cuff, and it is. But the subject matter, we like having a few things to go to.
Some thought starters.
Some thought starters.
Right.
It lists the audio clips that we might have, some stories. And just the basic news of the day thing.
Yeah.
Keep your listeners informed. Hey, you're waking up, having your morning cup of joe this Friday morning.
Well, the stories that we should be talking about today, according to E-Rock.
According to E-Rock.
There's only 4 things that happened overnight.
That's it.
4 lousy things that happened overnight. And these are the 4 things, according to E-Rock, that we could possibly talk about today. Dems fight back against Obama.
Dems.
That's number 1.
Okay.
Surgeon General says one puff can trigger a heart attack.
Ooh.
Number 2. Number 3, 16-year-old arrested in pro-WikiLeaks cyber attack.
Ah.
And number 4, you got a bunch of students protesting over there in England, and they threw some shit at Prince Charles's car.
What else?
That is it.
That's everything that's been going on in a 24-hour period or 20-hour period?
Unless you want to go with the audio that he says that we could still go to.
All right.
We need some audio.
One of the clips is Britney Spears' boyfriend maybe beat her. That story is about a week and a half old, and I think it was determined that it's not even Britney Spears.
Let me just cross
But that's
that
still
off
on our
my-
sheet like it
I'm
happened
just gonna
yesterday.
cross that off my list with the Sharpie.
White guy robs bank in black disguise.
The next one down's good.
Well, no. He wrote that twice just to fill,
I know.
to fill up the space, to make it look like there's more stuff in that area.
So let me cross one of those out.
Man kills father with crossbow.
Crap.
And Justin Bieber's anti-bullying PSA.
Now, didn't we play that like 2 weeks ago?
It was teased 2 weeks ago.
It was teased 2 weeks ago.
Oh, well, then we got
Then we got an actor that gave out his address on Jimmy Kimmel. A TSA spoof. Interview with creepy hand model. Here's one that, I'm so glad we got this. Oprah and Barbara Walters.
I mean,
well, let me cross that out. I think
Why?
Because I think we heard that yesterday.
Oh, we did.
I do remember hearing a crying Oprah talking about her lesbianism. Or
And
lack
Barbara
thereof.
Walters, 10 fascinating people. And then there's a whole section called Stories from Yesterday.
Oh.
Mayor Bloomberg, possibly presidential campaign. We talked about that yesterday.
No, wait. This is
Oprah's-
interesting.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says stories from yesterday, and right after the audio, it says, Oprah on Barbara Walters. It says, Oprah says she's not gay in stories from yesterday.
Right.
But it's in the audio, Even though we talked about it yesterday.
Right. So you crossed that out.
Cross that
we
out.
did that already.
We did that.
We did the mayor is going to be possibly a presidential
We
candidate.
talked about that, and then went into what a scumbag he
We
is.
did the WikiLeaks cyber war. Hackers bring down Swedish government website. We actually did that one 2 days ago when Mike Baker was in. So that was 2 days old.
Yes.
Yesterday.
And the Chinese meet Kim Jong the second
okay.
there.
I'm going to circle that because it's
I
the only
don't think
one
we
left.
did that. So possibly we could
only one
talk about.
left.
So I think we could talk about that today and the Dems fight back against Obama.
Did you mean it when you said Kim Jong II?
Yeah.
I want to hug you.
Oh, Isn't the sun taking over, though?
That's funny. I think so, yeah.
So wouldn't that be Kim Jong
Kim Jong the second.
Let the record show that it looks like the second how it's written here.
That's funny.
I'll take my beating. So Chinese meet Kim Jong Il. And the Dems fight back against Obama, and maybe we could sneak in. Surgeon General says one puff can trigger a heart attack. So we better get going because we got a lot to do today.
That's a busy little show there. Wow, that's some.
And I'm sure none of the babysitters are here to make sure everything is running smoothly, right? With everything that's going on lately.
The dejected look on Iraq's face right now is palpable.
His work's being criticized.
What's that? You're trying. No, I know. Were you here early today? Something to what you?
Well, no.
The
The first part of trying is to get here a little earlier. By the way.
Now, what time does Travis come in when he
Travis
comes in? And
is here before 5.
Travis and I get in around the same time, which would be between.
First of all, okay, look.
Way to make it
Don't make it about you.
Don't piggyback yourself
What do you mean?
on how nice and early
Right,
Travis
don't-
gets in and does his
What do
job.
you mean?
We're not. You try to slide that
What do you
in.
mean? I don't understand.
Like linking yourself because we're praising that Travis gets in early.
Well, I just wanted to let you know that's how I know.
No.
Because otherwise I wouldn't.
That's how you should have said
it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a slimy, sneaky way to.
That's just how I know. Because otherwise I wouldn't
Okay.
know for sure. But I know for sure.
I
because
just want you to know I picked up on that.
Don't worry, Sam. We all know you're great. We're not
Yes,
talking about
exactly. There's no
So what time does
criticism here.
Travis get here?
Yes.
he gets in between 4:45 and 5, but always before 5. So call
Yes.
it 4:45.
All right, and with
Okay.
Travis out today, what time did E-Rock come in to kind of do some of his duties?
Pick up the slack.
About 5:27.
And that's why
That's 40.
That's why- and the reason
45 minutes less time
Yeah.
to
the
prep.
reason we brought that up is because I heard in the background, I'm trying. The first part of
you
I'm,
are trying.
the first part of I'm trying is to get here
They're not going
at
to
a
be.
reasonable hour,
They're
a
not
reasonable time.
They're not going to be happy when they see those.
This is
highlights.
this is shit.
What's not highlighted?
What?
The stories have today.
Any of the stories.
No.
You highlight the stories so we don't have to read all the nonsense?
Oh, they highlighted the interesting parts?
I forgot.
Did you hear how under his breath that was this? No.
This show, people with podcasts that broadcast to 100 people are more prepared than this. We're supposed to be a big radio show.
No.
We'll never be a big radio show. I'll finally admit it.
No. Oh,
I'll finally admit it.
Try to get Stump Brain back.
Hey, right?
He was good.
Stunty.
What part of this is trying, E-Rock? Seriously.
Oh, no. The whole thing is very trying.
What part of this is trying? I really need to know. We have 4 things to talk about, maybe.
It's a fair question.
Is that your wedding band? Is that black?
Yes.
What is it called? Metal?
Titanium ceramic.
He's half asleep still.
And that was from the great Steven Singer?
Yes.
Of course it was. I was wondering what that.
Did you get to bed late? It
ceramic
happens.
was like.
No.
You didn't? No? Is that gel
I-
hair, or are you just sweating right now?
That's Joe.
Okay, just making sure you're okay.
And the babysitters did their weekly get up early yesterday, I guess, so we won't see them for another week.
Well, one of my bosses was here early, yes. Yesterday, not today.
So we won't see them for another week or two until after the show. That's smart.
They'll be here soon.
Anyway, E-Rock, what's up?
Hey, who's at my house?
What's going on?
Well, I tried. I'm not used to doing this because this usually wasn't my.
And just for the listeners, by this he means work.
I knew that was
You know I'm a
coming out of
fan.
someone.
I'm close to him. I hope it's not
I
angry.
know.
All right, sorry.
But since the last time we broadcasted, there's only 4 real important stories today. Is that possible?
Well, no, there's some other stories, but those I thought were the bigger headlines, so I put them on this sheet.
Ooh. Yeah. Prince Charles's car getting egged is a huge fucking story.
That's
today.
very big. It's across the pond.
Yeah.
It's topical with the wedding coming up for the little princes.
Plus, on top of it, Danny's out today, too, which didn't influence you setting your alarm clock a little earlier, huh?
Yeah, that's...
But Kenny just noticed that you can tell he's hard at work because he's got a pen behind his ear.
knowing that we would be down two guys, you not even a thought in your head to maybe move that alarm clock and get up slightly earlier, huh?
He got here earlier than usual.
Nudge.
Oh, when does he usually get here?
Oh,
he's not usually here at 5:27.
When is he usually here?
5:50 or so. 5:45.
So you feel like you're doing the show a favor by getting here at 5:27. Whatever. Like I said, I know we'll never be a big show. We'll just fucking plow through this shit one more day.
I like a languishing in mediocrity.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Great. It's fun.
I think we could do it.
And then the guys that get mad because we beat them up, they're not even aware what's going on. That's wonderful.
You know why? Because you could always look better. You know,
Yeah.
when you're
that-
mediocre,
is that
you
it?
just got to do one little thing one time a week, and you look like, wow, that's a hero.
Aim low and you'll always succeed.
E-Rock, what are we doing?
I like that.
What are we doing on the show today?
You have Big A coming in.
Ooh.
He's going to read the news.
Good.
There's only 4 stories.
Yeah, I got that.
He'll zip right through these.
Carrie Fisher's coming in at 9. Dana White is going to do a phoner at 9:45. And
No, I can read all that. Like, what are we doing today? What else?
Let's see what else.
We do have like 4 hours to fill.
Well, you could talk about kids going on expensive buying sprees on their iPhones using their parents' accounts.
Ah.
All right. How about the other 3 hours?
We have a kayaker who's presumed dead after being attacked by a crocodile.
Oh.
Got a lot of live reads. That'll take some time.
I love
Yeah,
those.
you got like 11 of those.
Those are great.
You can compare me to this fat lady here.
All right. There's a giant fat lady in the news. You're right. I love it.
I would not do that.
He bit the cyanide capsule before he was shot. That's great.
I know.
Oh,
No,
fantastic.
there's no reason to do that, Tara.
Yeah. Man.
Surgeon General, again, cigarettes are bad for you. And
Haven't heard that.
I'm sure Ant has a lot to rant about the Obama cutting the tax credits for the rich.
Well, he's not.
He's not, and we kind of did that whole
They
bit.
kind of caucused.
and was rah-rahing that, and then
still
everything.
gonna go through. I mean,
Wait,
there's
what's
still
going to go through?
the tax, the Bush era tax cuts
Are staying.
Yeah, it's been extended.
They're still. The Democrats are very angry about it.
Why?
And they talked amongst themselves, and they want another shot at things, and they're mad at Obama about it. But
Obama's fucked.
As
How
far
out
as
of
right
touch
now-
are they to want those taxes to come back?
Well, they're kind of in a hard position because you got like either everyone's getting their taxes raised at the first of the year, or they have to figure it out so only the rich will be taxed. But with the Republicans, they're not going to go along with that, and a few Democrats aren't either. So Obama's in a position to either give everyone the extension on the tax breaks,
Or no one?
or no one.
Good.
And if he gives no one, it looks like he's the raised tax on the lower and middle class guy. Yeah, I know.
Great.
He painted himself into that little corner. So
Yeah, so that's
that break. All right,
it. Really is that
cozy
break.
minute.
So maybe
that's,
maybe the listeners could produce the show today. Troy's complaining. Can I read this?
Oh, sure.
Troy's complaining that Eric should be doing his job running the board right now.
Oh, man.
Jeez. From every angle.
What's happening, anyway? You sleepy?
This is anemic, though.
Yeah,
It's not even close to good.
That was funny because you said that to him when he walked in, and he goes, "You mean thin?"
This is really bad for a show of our caliber. Whatever. It'll be over soon.
Yeah.
Soon enough. All righty, thanks.
Only place to go from here is up, though.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Let's see. Whatever. This is supposed to be all highlighted.
Just read the whole article.
See, because
you got time. We got 4 hours.
Yeah. Every article has a lot of shit in it that, you don't need to read to get to the meat of an article, so we usually highlight everything.
That's what makes us different from a newspaper.
So I guess I'll just guess which paragraphs to read.
Just read the good ones.
All right. How's everybody today?
Where's our New York Post?
By the way,
that's the newspaper delivery guys.
Okay.
With the tax deal, because what E-Rock kind of thought, the Democrats are very angry. They're livid with the tax package. But the White House is pretty much blown off the Democrats. That's why they're mad. And meeting with Senate Republicans to work the deal out. And even the Gibbs said this will pass. So they're going to try to alter it in some way, shape, or form. But I think it's going to be about a 2-year extension on the Bush tax cuts for everybody.
Right.
And there.
All right.
You're filled in on your tax cut information. All your we're your tax cut station.
Tax cunts.
I could just say that, and I've watched these before, but last night I was watching the Johnny Carson classic highlights from the 60s, 70s, 80s.
Early 90s.
Yeah, just fucking unbelievably funny.
Yeah.
Some of the shit is like dated and you're just kind of like, or douchey or whatever. But I mean, the majority of that shit, when you watch him with those dumb fucking animals, he was a hoot.
And everybody has been copying him since.
Trying to.
I don't think anyone did the animal thing before Johnny Carson, right?
No, when they brought when they would bring those fucking animals and Johnny would handle them and they're just like fucking, he's laughing his ass off. They're trying to bite him. He had a fucking bat in front of him and it just lunged at his face. And the faces he could make and just look into the camera like that, friggin' brilliant.
Yeah.
And then with guests like you'd have little kid's Uncle Paul on the chair and just be able to do an interview like that. He could do an interview with the A-list fucking celebrities. You'd have fucking Sinatra out there and Dino and the whole Rat Pack and those things. And then just some woman that had potato chips in various shapes, which was hysterical too because he's looking at those and she turned for a second and he had a bowl of chips behind him and he grabbed one and crunches it. And she turned around and almost had a fucking heart attack. She thought he ate one of her chips. And he's like, no, look. And he's holding the bowl up. And it was all genuine. And one of the funniest things was Ed McMahon started talking about some bit they were doing. And Johnny's looking at Ed, and it's obvious Ed is drunk off his ass. And Johnny's like, it's okay. You could calm down. And then he finally, like, Ed is just babbling. And Johnny just turns to him and he goes, you think you're fooling anyone? Fucking great. And then a goat or some shit started drinking Ed's drink, and all they were doing is making how drunk goat jokes. It's just fucking hysterically funny.
That was there's nothing funnier than the Carson Tonight Show. He's just the funniest guy.
You watch that and you just look at other talk shows and just go, some are good, some aren't, but none even come close to what that fucking guy did for all those years on television. Just an amazing job. When he's getting that massage, foot massage, this woman's walking on his back, and they had a hot tub segment, and a woman's walking on his back, and he's just in his underwear, and Rickles comes out and grabs him and starts kissing him, and Johnny's getting like, get away from me. He picks Don Rickles up in a suit and just throws him in the hot tub. And that wasn't a planned bit thing just from the reaction. It was very fucking
When he
funny.
stands up and he spits out the water.
Yeah, he just spits the water out at him. And then they start taking buckets of water and throwing it at each other. It was great, spontaneous stuff, just stuff that was... I remember growing up as a wee little lad watching it when I could stay up late. And now when you watch those clips, it's just, I was literally LOLing at a lot of that shit.
Is it a box set or?
Yeah. There's a few of them out there, and people were asking which one it was. Yes, I am. I'm talking about Carson Daly, not Johnny Carson. What an ass.
Hey,
that's really funny, by the way.
You don't have to sit through full episodes, right? Because a lot of that stuff would be nonsense.
They're highlights. They're
see, that's beautiful.
All the highlights. There's funny fucking shit.
That's beautiful.
When that Ed Ames, was it? When he throws the hatchet, it's a classic clip.
He's Tonto from the
Lone Ranger. Tonto, and he throws the fucking tomahawk at the target, and it hits it right in the cock. And the handle of the tomahawk is sticking up like a rod, and the thing is in there, and the laugh goes on for a good almost a minute.
And there's a moment where Ed Ames is about to walk over and grab it,
take it out.
Johnny stops him.
Johnny stops him because he knows what's fucking funny.
This is
comedy.
gold.
And then Johnny just blurts out, he goes, "I didn't even know you were Jewish." It's fucking classic.
I didn't even know you were Jewish.
Yeah. Another minute-long laugh and applause break. Funny shit. Hysterical.
I love the old car. You know, a lot of his stuff was taped over, too. NBC, to save money, started taping over old shows.
Oh, brilliant.
But there are episodes of The Tonight Show which are lost forever.
It's gone.
I'm guessing late 60s, early 70s shows.
It was also on this box set, they had those. Remember the "We'll Be Right Back" signs they used to put up for Halloween and Thanksgiving and shit. Very cool piece of nostalgia. Really funny. Again, I'm not sure which box set it is. I think there are a few out there, but
would it make a good stocking stuffer?
I think it would.
Yeah,
I think it would definitely. Fucking funny shit.
Well, I found a shitload of stuff to talk about just by opening up the newspaper.
That's all you needed.
Opening up the newspaper, everyone.
The newspaper.
There's a novel idea. Hey, let's go to Brian in Philly. I know about this thing that Brian's about to talk about. Go ahead, Brian.
Hey, good morning, Opie, Anthony. Jimmy, I got tickets to your Borgata show on January 15th. Can't wait to see you there.
Thank you. Not the late show, you don't. That doesn't go on sale for a couple hours.
Yeah, we got one more show to sell out today for Jimmy.
No, I got the early show. I got him right at 10 o'clock.
Good for you.
Good. Now move on with what you got.
Godspeed.
Yes, there's a serial killer loose in Philadelphia. They're calling him the Kensington Strangler. He's targeting, assaulting, raping, and strangling prostitutes in that area.
Boo!
Yeah, I know.
Cock blocker.
How many is he up to? Does he have good numbers?
Well, the DNA tests have confirmed that he's killed 2. He's probably killed at least 4. Monday night, he actually attacked a woman with scissors and tried to strangle her, but she got the scissors away from him and fought him off. The Philly papers have actually described him as being black, which is unusual because most of the papers don't include that information.
No, what's unusual about that, you went the wrong way with that. Most serial killers are not black.
Right, no, that was my next point. Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
On Philly.com, they just posted the picture. They caught him on videotape, actually, from that incident. They videotape caught him following the woman into the alley, and then a few minutes later came out staggering. So there's a good picture of him too.
Oh, can we go to and see that? That's him.
Yeah.
That's the serial killer in Philly. Yeah, the boys were talking about that over the weekend when I was down there for a wedding.
Yeah, black serial killer.
Black serial killer loose in Kensington. Go local for Philly right now.
They really are venturing into white crimes.
Right.
White crimes. Hard to profile when you got that going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So why didn't E-Rock put that on your one sheet?
Oh, I don't know. We've decided that the listeners should produce the show today, or at least the first hour. So look, we got a nice little story from Philly happening.
Yeah, that's nice.
Serial killer loose.
They're all hookers? That's all he's killing?
I heard Hey, Brian, wasn't there a big fat lady with a lot of tattoos around her area?
Really?
Or was that some inside info I got that I shouldn't be talking about?
Is he gone?
That I didn't read about that. I've been following the story pretty closely in the paper, but I haven't heard that information.
I heard they found naked fat broad with a lot of weird tattoos around her area.
Interesting.
And that she was a victim of this guy.
Look out.
But that might be some inside info, and I should shut my fucking mouth.
There's a fucking cockblock show on one of those. You know how they're just putting fucking reality shows and shows with people doing jobs and shit like that on TV.
Right.
There's one with a hooker now. She's like a reformed hooker, and she goes around taking hookers off the streets of Las Vegas.
Yeah,
I know.
Why would you do that?
And she walks around, she picks these up, and they bring them to this ministry, and it's a very religious thing, and they preach to them, and it's all these hookers just kind of getting pissed off, and the drama of trying to convert a hooker into, a working gal. Yeah, well, a real working gal. The girl looks like she probably, before she got really beat up and a little ragging around the edges, probably wasn't bad when she first hit the streets.
Yeah.
She probably got a nice dime out there on the streets of Vegas when she first got there.
She probably made a shitload of money, got a little older, and said, well, I'm out of this business. I'm going to take these girls off the street, right?
Yeah. My fucking vag is flapping like a basset hound's ears in the wind. It's about time.
It actually, when she coughs, it actually goes, Lord, Lord.
We done with Brian in Philly.
I forgot he was alive.
Yeah, thanks for that story. He was very peppy. I liked hearing a nice peppy voice.
I hope he has a fucking wig. I hope the killer gets him next. I hope he's a long-haired boy and the fucking killer smothers him.
Let's go to the Poconos. Chris, what do you got for the show, Chris?
Hey, morning, guys.
Hey, Chris, are you in that big champagne glass?
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful Mount Airy Lodge.
Where love lives, my friend. Mm-hmm. You ever go there?
No, never.
You live near it?
Yeah, no, I only work in the Poconos. I live like 80 miles away.
Oh, what do you clean the fucking skimmers on the cum pools?
Oh,
at the Mount Airy Lodge or whatever it is. It isn't even there anymore, is it? The Mount Airy Lodge. I think it's Caesars is the only one left. Caesars.
Now.
All right, what do you got for the show?
Anyways, the first 10 minutes of 6 to 10 when you guys aren't on yet, I'm listening to Fox News and they covered all 4 of those stories within 10 minutes.
Oh, no. Oh, then we're in deep
but
trouble.
They don't give you the comedy and insight that the Opie and Anthony program do.
Could if we...
Right. All right.
All right, I'm out.
Yes, you are.
We're not itchy.
Out of anything good to say.
We're not itchy bonning. That's Ronnie's bit. But if you got something that...
I don't even know what that means.
If you got something that E-Rock didn't cover on his amazing one-sheet, we'd really like to hear from you today. I guess he didn't think the Jen Sturger story was important.
Nah, that's not really a good one.
No, huh?
I would think
Jen
that was
Sturger
important.
obviously is the girl that got the cock photos from Brett Favre.
Did you say the lucky girl?
And she has nothing on Brett Favre, but she's trying to keep her stupid face in the press. She wasn't affected by
her, huh?
She wasn't affected. No, I didn't like her when she was in here. No.
You didn't?
No, I did not.
I was working, so I didn't know.
I know you were working it.
I didn't know that. I didn't really get a good background on her or anything. I had primary focus, so I didn't see her as everyone else saw her. I saw her as primary target.
Potential load.
Well, she sees herself very differently too.
Yeah.
And she's trying to keep her face in the press. She wasn't affected by Brett Favre's cock pictures, my humble opinion.
No.
Okay? But to get a story out, weekly, the latest on her is if the NFL does something about Brett Favre and fine him or suspend him or do some kind of disciplinary actions, then she will not sue Brett Favre. That's what she's saying today.
What is she going to sue him?
It's just fucking...
She wasn't affected by this.
You wonder why we don't want women around in these environments. It's like, just fucking stay home.
And she's asking for an NFL anti-harassment program.
Ugh! No.
She doesn't believe in anything she's saying. She's just trying to keep her face in the news. That's what these low-level celebrities do.
Yeah, she knows.
Extreme low-level celebrity.
By the way, that's why companies panic. It's fucking broads like that.
Yeah.
That's why companies panic about any wink in the hallway, any smile. It's chicks like that. I know cock photos are different, but still.
I understand you shouldn't be sending your cock photos to fellow employees, but I really would love to know.
Guys.
I would really love to know the whole story here that we're never going to hear, by the way, because Brett Favre's not going to talk. But can you imagine an NFL anti-harassment program? What these guys do on the field every Sunday, and they got to understand what harassment is.
What harassment's all about.
These fucking teams hire animals.
I know.
They hire them to be animals.
There's a certain mindset it takes to get out there and beat the shit out of each other like that.
Certain mindset to take your body, run full speed into another body that's running full speed right at you.
Yeah.
And then you want to sit them down in front of a human resources person and explain to them what harassment is?
That doesn't work. It's different. People are different in that way, and they fall into groups. And football players, and there are some exceptions, but football players primarily fall into a group that they wouldn't take seriously an anti-harassment seminar.
Right.
They wouldn't.
Yeah. Brett Favre's alleged sexting target.
With a short little helmet. Isn't that ironic? A football player has a little helmet. I hated his helmet.
It's terrible. His cock looks like a player from like 1916.
Oh, God. Some Vietnamese chick should put a grenade in it and throw it in a helicopter.
I would imagine that Brett Favre thought it was safe enough to send the pictures to her. If that's what he did.
And he wasn't dialing randomly. Apparently he had her number.
Right.
So how'd that happen?
He wasn't just willy-nilly fucking saying, I think she would like my cock photo. Something else is going on here that we don't know about.
And do you think it was her saying, hey, Brett, I would like to set up an interview with you or some type of thing business-wise. Thank you. Please get back to me. And he just hits respond with a cock pic? Or do you think maybe there was some chit-chat, a little, little back and forth, flirtatious action?
I think someone like her uses her sexuality to kind of move her career along.
Of course.
And I'm trying to be very
It's nice to know she looked at me and said, he can do nothing for me.
The same thing
nothing.
I say.
She wants guys to think she's extremely hot.
Of course she does.
She wants that badly.
Well,
so she uses that sexuality to push her career along, and then Brett Favre feels that vibe and is thinking, oh, fuck, man. And whatever else they were talking about, and said, you know what? I'm sending her a cock picture.
I'm going to Photoshop the tip of my dick off and send it to her. I'm so annoyed with his penis.
I am too. It looks like an R Gang baseball hat. Fucking stinks. His dick.
It should have a propeller on top of it. His stupid beanie cock.
He has a retard hat cock.
I would imagine, this is my guess, that I wrote it down.
Oh, you think so?
I'm guessing that she's kind of a cock tease.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know for sure. But it's just my my gut feeling on this one. My gut feeling. I don't like Brett Favre. Never liked him. But you got to stick up for the guy in this situation. He really...
It's too early to get shit pictures.
Who's sending you shit pictures?
Fucking asshole.
It's never too early for log photos.
It's because he stopped by my house like very early. He's probably on his way either home or to work. He works those odd hours. And he, I guess, took a dump at my house and has to show me the fucking load of Dinty Moore beef stew he left in my fucking toilet.
Nothing worse than a cop shit. Because it's got like a lot of bad coffee in it.
It's a lot of stress in it.
A lot of nervous energy. Little clipped logs.
Ah, shit. Oh, goddamn. Fucking bastard. That's funny.
So she's now saying if the NFL does something, then she's not suing. But I don't think she has a fucking case, but she wants to try to keep this story moving along.
She probably wants money.
Dude,
I would guess
and
she
maybe
wants
a little money. I think she lost her gig that she was promoting on our show.
She looks like a comedian I know named Eddie Ift.
If it's Eddie.
Look, anyone knows Eddie Ift out there, that she looks like Eddie Ift.
Really?
Yeah, in the face.
Look, these broads, they want respect in
broads want respect.
These broads want respect in sports.
Yeah.
In broadcasting, right? And then you Google her name, and what do you see? We're looking at
bra pics.
We're looking at some amazing pictures of this broad. One being where she's holding up a piece of clothing up to her boobs, trying to keep them from not being exposed.
Like, ooh, she's going tee-hee. Right. They're piling out. Ooh.
Half the breast meat is spilling out.
Meat.
But then she wants respect in the business. You don't have Google Marv Albert. I want to see all the fucking sexy shot Marv Albert has.
Bad example.
Len Berman.
Len Berman.
Maybe not picture. Well, yeah. How about this picture of Marv with his fucking
he was a bad
Arlington
boy.
County Police plaque in front of him?
Good point. I thought enough years went by that we could go back to Marv Albert.
97?
I was mistaken. But just imagine all the big broadcasters. They don't have sexy photos of themselves all over the internet. You can't have it both ways. You can't be showing your tits and your ass and then hope that you get respect and then be puzzled when someone sends you a cock picture.
I want respect.
Enough of this broad.
It's exactly
Who's
what it
talking
is.
about this broad?
They want their sexuality to help them. They want their sexuality to be, ooh, so that way you want them around and hire them.
And you want to look at them.
But when you fucking hit on them, they fucking cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think viewers look at anybody on the field that's a guy and have to worry about what he looks like? Or it's like, that man isn't attractive enough to tell me about football. But every girl on the sideline, you look at like, oh, well, let me take a look at that.
Except horrible Pam Oliver.
Oh,
yeah.
Now I got to read the article. So, former Jet Game Day hostess Jen Sturger wants league boss Roger Goodell to do the right thing and suspend Favre, said her manager. If the commissioner suspends Favre and puts a league-wide program in place to keep this from happening again, Jen will not pursue litigation against the NFL. She's not going to pursue litigation against the NFL because she probably knows she doesn't have a good case.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Figures she would sue the NFL. That's what they would do.
Favre or the Jets. She won't sue the NFL, Favre, or the Jets. I didn't read the whole sentence.
Well, she's obviously so hurt by those cock pictures that she needs money.
Right.
I would say that's a fair thing. She should sue.
Yeah.
Because that somehow entitles her to money.
Money takes care of that.
Yeah.
It washes that shit right out of your brain.
And,
you don't see it anymore, that cockpick.
And her representative there spoke amid growing speculation that NFL brass may try to run out the clock, declining to take any action on the matter before the season ends, and with it, Favre's career. Because this is it for Favre. He just wants to get to the end.
If I was Favre, I'd sue her because I sent her the cockpick, and then she seems to have given it to somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, hey, wait a minute. That was just you. That was just meant for you. What are you doing? I gave it to everybody else, and now my cock's out there.
Yep.
It's kind of a hard sell.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I would try to countersue.
Yeah.
On the People's Court.
Doug Llewellyn might agree with you.
Doug Llewellyn.
And once again, Favre...
He hasn't been there for years, I think.
No.
Favre sent photos of his penis and texted Sturger in a failed bid to woo her. He was trying to woo her. Which is very different than harassing a woman, isn't it?
It's a hard way to woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how some people woo.
Is that a wooing?
Because you feel like, okay, I'm wooing, and I think I could woo with my cockpick.
It depends on how far into the woo you are.
Of course.
To send a penis pic. If it's the first day of wooing, no. If you've wooed for a while...
These high school kids are sending fucking cockpicks left and right?
Yeah.
And the
topless
chicks
photos.
are just sending fucking...
Yeah.
I follow somebody on Twitter that just puts chicks in front of their fucking mirrors or laying on beds, taking nude pictures of themselves. And obviously it went to their boyfriend. The boyfriend put it out on the net or something. It's an unlimited supply, and it's fantastic.
Well, our Jen Sturger interview, we have that somewhere. We should replay that, because didn't she indicate...
See if there's telltale signs.
Well, didn't she indicate that there was something that was...
Well, that would mean someone would have went over the interview by now.
Oh,
I mean,
shit.
this story's only been in the paper 4 months.
Oh, shit.
Easily, right? 3 months?
Oh, boy.
E-Rock looks like he's going to cry, so I won't even fucking go there.
Well,
I like how you could watch E-Rock TV over there.
Yeah, I
It's
love
like
E-Rock
E-Rock's
TV.
emotion.
I want to see E-Rock TV. I never get to see it.
He's got this serious look now, like, oh, boy. I better look serious for the rest of the morning.
E-Rock, are you
How about you
sad
get in
today?
here early?
Are you all right today?
Oh.
Are you sad? You look sad.
No, I'm not sad.
Oh,
Are you angry?
That didn't sound...
No, I'm not angry.
What's
What's
matter?
your emotion right now? What's the top emotion you're feeling right now?
Second to top, under hunger.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm just kidding. I had to.
What is it?
What is it?
I don't know.
A feeling of letting people down?
Yeah, disgust.
With yourself?
Oh.
Yeah.
What's up with the dry mouth?
No time for a drink when you're running around working. Did you oversleep today? I get up late.
No, I didn't.
Are you disappointed in yourself? Do you feel you could have done better, and since you don't feel you lived up to your potential, that you're feeling badly about yourself?
Of course.
Oh.
No, that was not a
I don't think that's true.
I don't either.
Are you lying, you are? They don't believe you.
I'm not lying.
I think he's bummed that he had to get here early. I go early in quotes.
So you think all this emotion is because he's upset that he had to be here at 5:27?
5:27 for a 6 o'clock start.
What is the E-Rock like when work is all done? Like, what does an E-Rock do?
Are you asking me
Are you
or
like
E-Rock?
a partier? Do you go out? Do you stay up late? Do you just watch TV? Do you drink out? Do you drink at home? What do you do?
No, I don't party. I don't drink.
He stays up very late, but he plays video games.
No,
is that what it is?
That either.
You do.
Don't drink, don't smoke.
All right, don't talk about then don't talk about what you don't do. What do you do? What's an average? You're done with work. What's your evenings like?
Usually it's sleeping, but
E-Rock, we are broadcasting, so can you make believe you're peppy? I'm actually really tired today, but the first thing you learn broadcasting, I'm
exhausted.
You got to pump it up a little bit.
Sounded peppy.
So how about some energy?
Sounded peppy on Ron and Fez
I slept
yesterday.
3.5 hours yesterday.
Look at this rat.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Really, on Ron and Fez.
So the monotone delivery is not doing anyone any good. Pump it up a little bit and answer Anthony's question.
All right. So you just sleep?
Well, I get home. I clean up around the apartment. I'll take a nap, depending when I wake up. I watch TV.
This is action packed.
Cook dinner.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably where the majority of the time is spent. Kidding.
Eating little ingredients as he goes, and there's nothing left. What happened? I got to start again.
That's just mean.
It's just a theory.
All right, so it's not like a big party night going on or anything like that.
I don't usually go out.
And what time do you usually cash in your chips at the end of the night? Hit the hay, as they say.
Depending when I woke up from my nap or whatever, usually either between 9 and 11.
Really?
Yeah.
And do you have trouble getting up?
Sometimes.
Could be apnea.
Well, I do have that.
Do you?
Yeah, I have meds for that.
I just want to.
really?
I talked to Dr.
Okay.
Steve. I want to go for. I was looking at apnea masks. I want to go for to get one of those to sleep
The
with.
CPAP things.
Yeah.
Do you?
I don't qualify for that though.
Why?
Because apparently I'm just under the level of where you qualify.
Should have
for
faked
that.
it. Hold your breath during the test or
can't.
something.
Wait, your apnea is just not bad enough to need a mask?
He gives me a real answer.
It's just something.
It's
It's mind-boggling.
I love it.
I don't believe in the sleep mask.
Oh, it supposedly help. I know guys that use it.
I'd rather die in my sleep.
Oh.
How could
It's
you?
what Reggie White said.
Whatever. How could you sleep next to your chick with a fucking Darth Vader mask on?
How could you not? I would love to do that to my
really?
chick.
She's gonna. She would destroy you.
Who cares? As long as she takes the load in her face. Nighty-night, load taker.
With a nice oxygenated load.
Exactly. I wish my girlfriend would complain. I'll wear a tampon on my face to bed. You like flying first class? Shut up. It's just supposed to change your life. My buddy Leo takes it, and he's like a man's man. Fucking
A man's guide to a man being a man.
one of those guys,
Yeah.
and he said it's changed his life. Everyone I know who's done stuff like that, like the sinus surgery.
Yeah, but I want to know about the sex life. Does the sex go up or down when you strap on the mask to go to bed?
I bet it doesn't affect it because I always fuck before. Like, I'm never, like, laying in bed almost asleep and I go, let's fuck. It's always you'd always put that on before you actually, I'd say, let's sleep.
Yeah.
Like, I used to wear breathe right strips all the time. I wouldn't fuck with
I
them
remember
on.
that.
I tried those. Those don't help. I think
not
Big A
enough.
wears the mask to sleep too.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
should. The ugly mask. He wears it all the time. He wears it awake, too. So why don't you just pay for it?
Because you take the sleep study and they monitor you
Right.
for a night while you sleep. I'm not at that level where I qualify. So if I went to get it on my own, because the doctor won't
Insurance
offer
won't.
it to me, insurance won't cover it, and it's a few $1,000s.
Insurance is. I would go for another opinion because insurance companies. Oh, you went twice?
I went for 2 different studies.
Because I want to go and try one. Do they give you anything to? Here's the thing: when you go for a sleep test, I know that they hook you up to wires, and I piss so much at night. What do you do to piss? Like
you have to ring this little buzzer thing that's on the nightstand there, and they come in, they unhook you, but you're still strapped into all this wire. There's like putty stuff that's kind of glued to your skin to hold everything in there.
Putty.
And this little machine you got to carry with you into the bathroom.
Oh, so they don't have to unhook 50 things.
No, but they got to unhook not everything off of you, but they got to unhook one main cable off the bed.
How do you sleep with all that stuff? Like, I would never be able to fall asleep.
Like the Matrix.
You know when you're at the dentist and they put the lead vest on you for the X-ray and it feels
Yeah.
kind of heavy. This is like 50 times that, you're kind of just weighed down on your back, so you're really not going to roll over at all.
Wow.
I would never sleep like that.
How do you sleep like that?
You kind of, like you have your head arched and you're laying there with all this equipment on you and the wiring and everything, and then you just kind of have to turn your head either to the left and the right.
Is the mattress comfy?
You can't sleep on your
the
back,
mattress
dude?
is fine. No, you have to sleep on your back.
I can't. I have to sleep on my side.
Nope.
Then what does that do? That doesn't help. How's that going to help me? I can lay like a corpse for 4 hours and not breathe.
They monitor
Good
you.
for them. I can't sleep like that. Hi, you're monitoring me. I'm still awake. I don't have apnea in my awakeness.
You either choke when you and you wake up, or if you're really having problems, they come in and they shake you and kind of turn you to your side.
I would never sleep.
Wow.
I'm claustrophobic just thinking about
That does sound like a little...
It sucks. Do they give you a pill to knock you out?
No.
No, why would they?
You're not supposed to eat or drink before the for the survey. They don't
I'm
give you
out.
any medication. Oh, well, actually, unless there's a specific medication that you have to have, you know.
Yeah, because they
you're
don't
allowed
want
to
you
take that.
taking a sleeping pill because that is not how you sleep every day.
Yeah, no cold medicine, aspirin, any of that stuff.
I'll just buy the fucking machine.
Yeah, buy the fucking
Just buy the machine. Why not? I think it'd be kind of cool to just sleep huffing oxygen or something all night.
That would rock.
That would rock.
I guess you're right.
I'd probably feel kind of good.
Who am I to say?
My father sleeps.
I guess you're right.
buzz.
And my mom said that they fuck all the time.
Really?
She told me that. Yeah.
Nice.
She said with the mask on because she pretends he's other people.
Nice.
She pretends she's sleeping with a guy in World War II who's flying a fucking plane.
My dad was old school. I guess if he was alive today, he would be diagnosed with extreme sleep apnea.
Really?
Oh, yeah. We would listen in our rooms. The snoring was... I don't think anyone snored
beyond
louder.
loud.
I just don't... Yeah, the famous the walls, you felt like they were shaking. And in the middle of the night, you would hear him stop breathing for 20, 30 seconds.
Was it that like...
Oh, yeah. That whole thing. Like the beginning of the snore, and then you're waiting for the wave to come back, you know what I mean? And it would take 30 seconds sometimes, and then finally...
Damn.
And I'm sure that was sleep apnea, but I don't think they had sleep apnea when we were growing up. I think that's one of the newer
Called
things.
it snoring.
They
Yeah,
just called
they
it
just
heavy snoring, right?
Yes, Mr. Rock?
Well, I have the snoring with the choking at times too, but there's times if you're laying on your stomach.
E-Rock, how about you do something for the show for once and tape yourself snoring like a lunatic?
Well, that'd be good.
Well, okay. There's other times too where I'm laying on my
I
stomach.
won't keep talking about what you want.
This relates to it. I said I'll tape it. Angela will lean over
It's full of piss and vinegar.
and punch me because I'll just stop breathing.
That's what she tells you.
really?
Like you can feel the rhythm of you breathing on the bed, and it just stops, no noise or anything, and she's got to kind of.
She doesn't have her fingers crossed going, come on.
She actually punches you and goes, "Stop breathing."
She punches you because you stopped breathing?
Yeah, it doesn't happen
And you
that
haven't
often.
seen a doctor about this?
I have, and there's nothing they can do other than the pills that they give me.
What do they give you?
I think it's called. It's a generic. I think it's called Miraplex or something. The problem I'm having is I'm not getting past. There's 3 stages of sleep, and I'm not getting past stage 2. So it's like technically I'm still awake while I sleep.
You know, dude, that's probably exactly what's going on. man.
And
I
my
wish
body
that's
will
stage 4.
dead. Great.
Oh, God.
Oh. No, that's... How would that be stage 4? People come back from stage 4.
Do they? Probably not.
No? Is that the bad one?
I would think
Should have went
probably
with
is.
stage 3.
Stage 3, yeah, probably. Wow.
The pills supposed to cut off the signal from, and you can go with this, from your brain to the rest of your body.
He knows.
Because your body
he
doesn't
knows where the
stop
jokes are coming from.
when you try to go to sleep.
Wait, what are they called?
I think my generics are called Miraplex. I'll double check the name on it.
They cut off the signal from your brain to your
brain
body?
doesn't. If you don't hit stage 3, your brain still thinks you're awake, so your body still tries to function. There's times where I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I feel like I'm on fire because I wasn't really fully breathing, and like your whole body, you're just so full of energy, and you're shaking, you can't calm down. And it takes like 20 minutes before it all goes
Are you
away.
having panic attacks in your sleep? You're probably just remembering some molestation when you were a young E-Rock and some radio guy somewhere. When you went in, he wanted to show you the control board, and he sat you on his lap and raped you. You're probably reliving some molestation.
Can I ask what Troy's problem is? Because he obviously doesn't like E-Rock. He writes, imagine how tired he'd be if he actually worked out.
That's true.
Oh, God.
Oh, poor E-Rock.
Your boy is beating the shit out of you right
E-Rock.
behind you.
He's opening up today.
But if there were a little more exercise, a little less TV watching, maybe you'd be tired.
That might be true. That's how when I'm working out, and I've been very lax lately, but when I'm working out in the day, it does help me get tired at night.
Oh, hell yeah.
It really does. It changes you. But don't do it right before you go to bed because it'll give you energy. So wait, Miraplex, what the fuck does Miraplex do? Because I wonder if I should take it.
They produce like Pulp Fiction and Reservoir. What?
Yeah. It's like a plex of mirrors or something. Like a Cineplex or something.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh.
I just have a hard time thinking that people have these problems sleeping. Because you wake up, you go do your job, you try to eat healthy, and you exercise, and you just fall asleep. You're just exhausted from the day.
Yeah, but you're like in shape guy.
Yeah, but anybody could
No,
be
I'm
that
serious.
guy.
Like what happens, because Dr. Steve has been explaining it. Like you get so heavy that you're actually collapsing your airways.
So you start out a little at a time.
You see E-Rock's like Pelican fucking.
Oh yeah, that's what does it. Because that weight just goes
that
down.
weight goes down on your air pass.
on your epiglottis.
Yeah.
But you can get
so
rid
now
of
you're
that.
not getting enough oxygen.
Yeah.
So now you're not sleeping properly, which gives you this lump of shit that we're looking at.
Oh my God, that's harsh.
You could be very skinny and still have apnea, though. It's
no, but in most cases, I
it's
mean,
a
they
big
say
devil
if you lose
contributors.
the weight, you're absolutely right. You can cure yourself.
But you either head down the path where you just keep getting heavier and more out of shape, or you bounce back,
so to speak.
What did you say about E-Rock at his wedding?
Well, I mean, like I said, and I love Eric, but you're getting married, dude. Like, get on a fucking treadmill. Go take a couple laps around the block.
Not cool.
Yeah, married, like after you're married.
Yeah, then you go to shit.
It's going to shit.
Yeah.
So the best you'll ever look should be right before you get married.
And don't you want to have your kids look at the photos and be like, oh, look how good looking my parents
look at
were,
that.
and
yeah.
Have her family be like, wow, what a handsome man, and
handsome guy.
Way to bring this up after the fact, knowing he can't do anything about
yeah,
it.
but I've been talking about this there forever.
And those photos are frozen in time already.
Oh, forever.
Right. Maybe you can Photoshop your wedding.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. I just
seen that done.
It's just like, come on, man, make a little effort. That's all.
So you're disappointed in your pal E-Rock?
I just wish
you
he'd
guys
just
are pretty close.
take a little better care of himself. You know what I mean? Because it's one of those things where he's at that age where he's either going to go downhill, or he's going to have to develop some healthy habits that'll help him for the rest of his life.
This is the third time he's yelled at E-Rock this week.
Really? What was
Yeah.
the other time?
He got into a big thing with E-Rock on Monday, and then yesterday they got into a little thing because he accused E-Rock of being lazy.
What was the big
This is
thing?
tough love.
What was the big thing on
tough love.
Monday?
Well, which one was Monday?
Monday was when you really started going off on him, and E-Rock said, well, I'm never going to give you anything again. And you said, good, don't ever give me anything.
Well, because Fridays are just brutal for me. I'm here till 5, 6 o'clock at night. Yeah. And, the work just piles up, and Eric will set everything on my desk when I'm not there, and then he'll walk out, so I'm the one that has to do it. Because if he finds me there, then I'll say to him, dude, can't you help me out with loading the shit? And then he'll feel guilty and then have to do it. Or he'll buy me lunch earlier. That's kind of the padding to help me,
Yeah.
Yeah, E-Rock buys a lot of lunches. I know that.
Well, does he get them from other people?
Whoppers are 2 for $4.
Are you eating Whoppers?
No. Are you
I would love to have a Whopper.
I would fucking
eat a Whopper right
Let me tell you what
now.
I would love to have. A fucking Whopper and those goddamn wonderful fries and an apple pie and just fucking sit there
damn it,
eating
that
that
sounds good.
shit. Would that be great?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
God. That
My business manager
business.
sent me yesterday. I got a tin of chocolates, like little Hershey, like little pieces, like the little teeny crackles, the little
Nice.
bite-sized crackles. And I ate a few of them, and I made my girlfriend take them home. I'm like, leave them in your fridge. She's like, I can't. I'll eat them all. Like, you have to sometimes know. I'm weak. I'm a fucking weak. So I know
We're all
that
weak.
I can't. No, not necessarily.
Oh, fuck yeah, man.
Some guys,
I can't
Florentine's
control
a
that
guy.
shit either.
Florentine can have 2 of something and stop. He's amazing.
If you go to my house, there's no junk food because I know I can't control myself. So we buy it very sparingly.
Yeah.
I got
And then
it
as soon as
there.
it's in the house, I'll eat the whole fucking
I
thing.
know, same way.
I can't
So
not
you
eat
try
it.
to get low fat, like
So I
fat
try to
free.
just completely keep it out of my house.
It's hard.
I got that shit all over
I'm
my
weak.
house. I got crap
Dude,
food all
he
over
does, everywhere.
because
And you
Keith
could-
and the
and you
kids
can control
and stuff,
yourself?
I do not look at. I fucking
See,
open up
that's-
the cabinet and I'm like, there's no way I'm eating that. No fucking way.
How do you say that? I envy that.
I don't fucking eat it. I just don't. I'll take a fucking an oven stuffer roaster and wait 2 hours for it to cook, and eat that just so I don't have to eat canned fucking salt and fat.
Why can't you do that with booze?
That's what I can't do.
It is amazing.
We all have our vices, but when I see that beer tap, I'm running for it.
We all have our cross to carry.
I vault for that beer tap.
If your beer tap was a chocolate tap, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, that's just fudge comes out of it. It's like, oh yeah, this is wonderful.
I'm a dark chocolate asshole.
I hate dark chocolate.
I love dark chocolate.
I had a bite yesterday. I'm like, this is garbage, and I spit it at her.
But the percentage can't be too high though.
Where it's bitter chocolate, like cooking chocolate or something?
I forgot what the percentage has to be.
I do like a good 60? Fucking, like a Hershey
60's
bar.
about right. 60, 70 is good. Anything above that, it starts tasting way too fucking bitter.
That's what I'll usually, like, that's the one vice I'll do also. Every so often, I'll just grab a Hershey bar and just fucking
my God, I'd eat one
that.
right the fuck now.
They're just unbelievable.
We're all weak. I think the point is to not have that stuff around.
I'm weak.
But I know I can't have that shit. I tell my girlfriend, stop bringing that fucking I'm like, just eat it when you're not with me. You're young. I can't do it. I'm weak.
And she's just eating and remaining rail thin.
She doesn't give a fuck. She doesn't care. She eats cake on the toilet. She doesn't give a shit. Me, I eat something and then I come in here the next day and I feel it. Yeah. I am in such a fucking self-loathing with my body fucking mode right now. Like I go through these.
Yeah, on a lazy weekend, if we order pizza or something, and I'll have like 1 or 2 slices of pizza, I'm just freaking out. Like, what the fuck? Why did you do that?
Who can eat only 2 slices of pizza?
Yeah,
that's my other thing.
I force myself, and then if I drink too much wine and throw up, I feel good. Like I'm like, yeah, I puked up the fucking wine and the pizza.
You puke a lot.
Do you understand how many problems you have? You're a fucking bulimic.
Do you puke once a month?
Let me think. Honestly, let me think. No, it's not once a month. It might be 2 times in a month, and then I might go 6 months without woofing. Gotcha. Wine is the enemy to, like, a wine buzz, a wine drunk will fuck me up to no end.
Wine hangovers are the worst.
The hangovers are bad. They last 24 hours for me. I could throw up 20 hours after a wine hangover. I could be like,
really?
I could be like, oh, fuck, I still don't feel good.
Fuck.
Beer, I'm impervious to a beer hangover. Captain and Coke, a little sweet. I'm good if I have a few. If it's an all-nighter or during the summer, you start like in the afternoon by the pool, and it lasts all night, then you feel like dog shit the next day. Yeah.
You know, it's hard when you go out to dinner, and then, like, she'll want a dessert. I feel like my weakness shouldn't affect her enjoying her meal either. Like, it's like, I can't be that fucking selfish.
Yeah, stop eating that in front of me.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I got to be a man and fucking just take responsibility and not have any. But especially if you're at Morton's and there's big desserts.
Oh, God, they wheel those things.
The fucking Morton's has a carrot cake. I literally would just not eat for 3 days so I could have the carrot cake. It's fucking amazingly delicious.
And girls with desserts, they'll order the chocolate lava cake, whatever. Let's just go with that one, right?
Yeah, that's good shit.
And then I get mad, like, why'd you order that? She goes, whoa. I'm like, I can't control myself. And then she'll have one bite because she can control herself.
Yes.
And then who's eating the whole fucking
Exactly.
thing? And I wasn't going to order it.
Yeah.
I was going to say no to dessert. When we go around the table, when we go out to eat with a bunch of people, I pray. It starts at 12 o'clock. It goes around the table. It's like, no dessert for me, no dessert for me. I'm like, no dessert for me.
Yeah, you can
I never
out.
order dessert.
No one gets it.
And then there's always one fucking person that orders the dessert and has 1 or 2 bites.
Yes.
And then I'm looking at this fucking thing. I'm like, well, someone's got to eat it. And I'm the guy, always.
And then fucking like a fatso. And this is a little fucking trick I use where sometimes I'll go like I know I want a dessert, but I'm just lying to myself. And I'll go, we done. I'm like, so do you want dessert? And she'd be like, I don't know. And she's like, do you? I'm like, well, no, but if you want some, I'll have a bite. You know, what I'm saying is, please order dessert. Fat tits needs dessert. I'm begging her to give me an excuse to eat dessert.
And then the girls can just nibble a little bit. A little taste. That's all they need.
She does that where she'll fucking finish it and there's one bite. She'll eat it out of one bite and go, all right, I'm done. And I'm like, stop acting like you have willpower. There's fucking one bite left. You just want to say that you didn't finish your dessert.
Yes.
Don't bring me in on your lie, because I'll finish it.
And then you'll finish it. Yeah,
fucking...
Too good.
I'm the worst.
I like a little espresso with some sambuca after the meal. That's nice. Oh, that's nice. Maron.
Yeah, the way my mother used to do. She'd make the sausage and the sambuca. She
First,
put it
you start with a little antipasti, and then you got your rigatoni.
We should take a break. Is Big A here to do the news we're rolling?
You should be.
Should be. That's good news. Okay.
Did you see the Carrie Fisher thing, by the way?
Yeah, I did.
It was great.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes, I really liked it.
Yeah, I
You saw
watched it. Yeah.
Oh, you saw it?
Popped it in last night. Yeah.
I was very
All
impressed.
three of us actually saw something
I
before
know,
a guest
right? What the
comes
fuck?
in.
I was really impressed.
How easy
with
is it going to be to talk to her today?
I know.
She
She
seems
seems
very
very, and she seems very open and honest.
Yeah, she's great.
about her
Yeah.
life. Jeez.
I want to ask her about the dead guy in her bed.
Yeah, that's.
I want to ask her about the Pez dispenser. I want to ask her about...
Well, that's a Prior Princess Leia Pez dispenser.
Yeah. I want to ask her about George Lucas. There's no love lost there.
You can tell, yeah.
Seems like she's not a big fan of the George Lucas, even though George Lucas made her a big star. But she comes from the type of family that doesn't matter as much as it does for other people, right?
Because her parents.
Yeah. What else?
look
What
what
else do we
parents
want to
were.
ask her
Jesus.
about? I wrote all sorts of shit.
Yeah,
down.
I should have wrote some stuff down because I really... Oh, I know what I want to say to her. Is there going to be a reunion movie with you and Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford as the characters in Star Wars?
You're gonna do that? You gonna do that?
You guys going to get back together and make another edition of Star Wars?
I want to ask her if the little cinnamon buns on the side of her head were her hair. It's
funny. She put them on during the show and made fun of it. She really mocked it.
That is hysterical.
Yes, yeah. Part of this thing, she puts it on. I love how she said that George Lucas basically fucked her because she has a wide face to begin with, and then they gave her that dumb hairdo for Star Wars.
Dumb hairdo
that made her face look even wider. I mean, she's really open. I don't know if that. I'll be honest. I don't know if it's for everybody, but it's going to be on HBO this weekend.
It was a one-person show.
It's a one-person show that HBO filmed and filled in with some clips of her mom, her dad, herself, some Star Wars
She
stuff.
hung out with a fast crowd.
Well, we all liked. I mean,
I liked it.
I think I thought it was really interesting.
I would have never watched it if it wasn't for the show, but now I'm glad I did.
Me too.
So
Roland
if
didn't
that makes
fucking
sense.
pound it into us verbally with emails, texts.
What about
carrier pigeon?
Her father was Eddie Fisher, and at the end of his life, she says that he was dating all of Chinatown.
Yeah, I
That
guess he was into the Asians.
That was pretty fucking funny. Man, the quality of women that he got dropped drastically. Did you see that Asian woman he was with for 15 years?
Yeah,
and then she died, and so
Yeah.
then he moved on to dating, all of Chinatown. He even moved out to San Francisco because it has a
lot of Chinese out there,
Chinese
a lot of
population.
Asians out there. In
Really
San
honest
Fran.
though, man. I think we're gonna have a good time with her.
Yeah, I liked it. She walked to. She was on a stage and had like a living room and I guess we'll talk to her, but I thought it was great, and I love the fact that she was barefoot. It was oddly comfortable. Like she looked really fucking comfortable on stage. It was kind of cool to watch her use the space on stage.
But she admits she's bipolar, so we might get the other side
She's
of her.
nuts.
And if we get
That
the other
shit
side of her,
crazy?
that could be
That
ugly.
shit
today.
crazy?
No, she'll be great.
Like that
So
shit
we got
crazy.
that. We got Big A doing the news, and E-Rock, you gonna tape yourself snoring this weekend?
Yeah.
You think you could do that?
I'm gonna set up the camera and try to get the best audio I can.
And then you'll cut it up for Monday.
Paranormal. What's it called?
Oh yeah,
Paranormal activity.
paranormal activity, paranormal. Yeah, well, lack of activity.
None of us can think
Yeah.
of anything funny.
Yeah,
Just go with lack of. It's the easy way on that one. Oh yeah, she was married to Paul Simon for a while.
yeah,
Oh, wasn't she connected to John Belushi?
yeah.
She didn't talk about that.
She was in Blues Brothers. She hung out with like those SNL people.
Was she dating him?
Paul Simon.
I don't
I think she was
Oh,
engaged
man.
to Dan Aykroyd.
Dan
Oh.
Aykroyd, John Belushi.
She didn't talk about Aykroyd either.
She might have talked about it and got cut too. Don't forget, she might have done a 2-hour show. that
Hey,
got
we'll
cut.
see. Could ask those questions
Let's ask them angrily.
because there was a lot of drug use going on in that crowd.
I forgot she
James
wrote.
Taylor
Oh, really?
was all in that crowd. Yeah. The early SNL, the first season guys and girls. Wow, did they do a lot of fucking drugs?
The
Holy
postcards
shit.
from the Edge she wrote.
Yep. Made it to a movie in 1990 starring Meryl Streep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, we should have fun with her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's
Make
eat.
love.
Oh, that first.
Make love. Hey, can you play that American Pickers thing one more time? The boys did good with that. You got that, E-Rock?
That is a good one.
1 second.
He's not the. Oh, you got it.
And now, this is the Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus, Sirius XM.
I want to acknowledge that my old hockey team, officially I'm not a fan, lost their 18th out of 19 games.
Congrats.
The New York Islanders have lost 18 out of 19 games now. Bruins beat them last night. Bruins got a pretty good team. They even rested their all-star goalie. They just rested him. They're like,
Didn't need him.
And then I hear, like, the Islanders are so bad that they couldn't even sell seats in Boston because they were coming to town. That's how bad they're getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they rested the star goalie. Like, take the night off. We got this one easy.
Don't worry about it. Just open net.
Yeah.
Put another man on the ice.
It's ridiculous. So it's just a disaster of epic proportions. And I made a couple videos of throwing my tickets away, and people are like, oh, fake, so fake, whatever. But now News 12 on Long Island did a little piece on that.
Damn it. See, now I have Fios, and I can't get News 12, and I knew this would happen. Finally, something that I want to see, and I couldn't get it because I don't have News 12. They were right. I should have stuck with Cablevision.
Shit out of luck, my friend.
Oh.
The funny thing is,
the 1,000 other features I get with Fios, I would throw them all away for News 12.
I got a little excited. I'm like, wow, a little exposure for my video, right? You would think I would get just a shitload of feedback. I think 2 people saw it. No one watches News 12 on Long Island, I'm assuming, huh?
No. Why would
And
you?
finally, the Islanders are not the hottest team in town, and neither are their tickets. So this fan figured if you can't give them away, throw them away. This is Centerport native and shock jock Opie of the Opie and Anthony radio show, throwing away $600 worth of tickets on the LIE. And then he took 4 tickets to this Saturday's game to the Hudson River.
A lot of people think these tickets are fake. As you can see, they're not fake. These are my tickets. And I'd rather do this than go to another game at the Nassau Coliseum and see this
So tickets are available for this Saturday's game. Just bring a bathing suit.
And I'm sure somewhere along the LIE you can find
there might be people out there right now looking with flashlights and everything.
I'll give a chance.
And I will say this, you can throw them away, but people might want to go. There certainly might be people who want to go. Just give them away.
Yeah.
But hey, listen, make a statement, and he certainly did.
All right. Thank you, Kevin.
How about you just
You got a little reprimand there.
I
Hey,
sure
give
did.
them away. Give them away. What's the
I
matter?
sure did.
Bring a bathing suit.
And the whole went like, oh, give him a chance.
I sure did. Yeah, a lot of people really upset that I'm not just giving them to, like, a kid or something.
Fuck,
I wouldn't do that to a kid.
Oh, Uncle Paul.
I wouldn't send them to a shitty fucking arena to see a shitty team. How is that helping out a kid?
Poor little bastard sitting there crying because his team's losing. Fuck that.
And then they showed the video on Versus last night, so it's getting a little exposure.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. Which is like, Versus is like the hockey channel. They show a lot of the hockey games.
People know they stink.
Yeah, 18 out of 19 games they have lost. That is just unbelievable. I think they only have 5 wins for the entire year.
Isn't that hard to do? Harder to do than win.
I think that's almost impossible to do.
Yeah, it's like when you get the Keno numbers that you're playing, and it works out where you play so many numbers that if you get no numbers, you win money.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It gets to the point where you pick so many numbers that the odds are you're gonna hit at least a few of them. So if you hit none, you win money.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is that a good payoff?
I have no idea. I haven't played that game in a long time.
Keno used to be the bar game, right? What was the one in Boston we used to play? They had a version of that.
Yeah, that was. They give it all kinds of different names.
Yeah, that was a great way to just kill a few hours. You have a few beers and just.
Oh yeah, play that.
How was that
pick some
legal?
numbers.
How is that
I know.
legal?
You're just betting on numbers. Come on.
Oh, you're just sitting in a bar. I was reading more on the OTB thing.
Yeah.
I hope we didn't downplay that yesterday. The OTB, off-track betting for the New York area, is closing because they didn't make a profit.
Yeah.
And I don't know why this isn't on the news every single day, because it says a lot about what is going on there with the politicians and with the corruption and with the red tape and with the whatever.
Yeah, this is something you can actually look at and identify with, No bullshit politician can come out and explain what's happening, like the MTA and other political things. They always smooth it over. This is pretty much a legal bookie that will take your bet for horse racing at multiple tracks all over the country. And you win, they pay you off. You lose, and they keep your money.
And it was supposed to be a big moneymaker for the state, right?
Yeah. And they couldn't even do that.
They couldn't turn
without
a profit.
losing money. How does a bookie not turn a profit when it's the only legal way to bet on horse racing?
What do you think was the problem? Too many levels of management?
Too many levels of management?
I mean, the
waste.
The OTB offices themselves are a bunch of shitholes.
Oh, they're shitholes.
So they're not spending a lot of money on that.
No.
It's like basically the bare minimum, right?
The only bookie operation that went broke.
That is unbelievable.
They
and no one's
can't
talking
figure it
about
out.
this.
Yeah. But it's a prime example of how the state just cannot make anything work financially. They suck at it.
MTA has the same problem. They can't figure out how to keep that running and making some kind of profit.
Yep.
They can't figure it out. Why can't you figure that out? It's the easiest job ever. You're just collecting money all day. They're not improving service or the trains and buses that much.
Yeah, service is going down the shitter. It's even worse than it was before they raised the rates. So it's just we need a really revamp. And this is just on a local level, New York State, but the federal level is the same thing. And people say, well, where are we going to get the money if we don't do this, that?
Where are we getting the money?
Cut back on the bullshit.
We talked about where we could find, I think it was $27 million yesterday. That's what it's going to cost to change the signs from uppercase to lowercase.
To a different font. Yes, lowercase. They want lowercase street signs here in New York.
Even though...
And they want to change 250,000 signs.
And I know we did this break yesterday, but it's so worth repeating. The waste that goes on.
Yeah.
No one has ever complained in my entire life that they can't read street signs.
I missed that
but
term
someone
because
decided
it was uppercase.
They did a study. I don't even know what they did.
And I'm sure the study cost a lot.
And they decided that the signs need to be in lowercase.
Yeah.
And no one is outraged and yelling and screaming about this.
First letter capitalized, and then the rest of it
They're
lowercase.
closing firehouses.
Yeah, maybe.
But they're saving some of the money so they could change the signs from uppercase to lowercase. It's lunacy.
It doesn't make any sense, and I don't know who presents these things.
And that's one example, by the way.
Without getting thrown out of office.
Well, two examples today, because we paid for the OTB mess. Obviously, our tax dollars are paid for that, and our tax dollars are paying for the lowercase crap.
Yeah,
that's only two examples. I'm sure there's a million other ones. And then they're taking police officers off the street. They're closing firehouses. Our schools are shitty.
That's how they cut back. Instead of maybe, cutting back on their own pay or just making government smaller. We don't need as many government officials. We really don't.
No, I don't.
There's
agree.
way too many that are justifying their jobs, and it's just a mess.
I agree. Let me say hi to Alan in North Carolina.
Hello,
Al.
Hey, boys.
Hey, man.
Hey, Opie. Calling y'all shock jocks.
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah, I know. Enough of
It's
the
so
shock
uncomfortable
jock
when we
thing.
hear that. There's nothing.
You guys ain't done nothing shocking in years.
No.
Oh, well, thanks. No, you're right, though.
we're not.
You're honestly right. The term means nothing now because you can't really shock people anymore.
2 clicks on the internet, I'll show you shocking shit. Believe me.
So
I don't think theater of the mind with someone sitting there in their car imagining the shocking stuff we're talking about is really overshadowing some of the shit I've seen on the internet.
The media just has to label everything.
Yep.
They have to put a label on everything.
How about radio hosts?
Get with the times.
Right. I mean,
shock.
We talk about a lot of heavy shit on this show, and of course, then we talk about shit. Right.
Me and Jimmy bunked heads on that.
No, he didn't. You were doing a joke, and I was like, forgive me if we're... I was setting up for a fucking speech.
But the show is way more than just shock jock shit.
Yeah.
It's been way more ever since we started.
We haven't been shock jocks since we pretty much got thrown off the air for being shock jocks.
Yeah, but even then we were
thing.
doing some heavy duty stuff
I'm not
in
saying
between
that stuff. But the thing is, I would absolutely have no problem with them saying shock jock Opie and Anthony back then.
Right.
Because, people having sex in the church. That's one of those shocking shock jockey things. So it's our own fault.
Right.
But since then, which was how many years ago?
2.
A little longer, I think.
August of 02.
2.5.
Oh, really? 8 years ago?
8 years ago.
Almost 8 and a half.
I think for 8 years, with the 2 years off and everything, I think the shock jock moniker is a little inaccurate.
Except for the drunk naked girl on the sidewalk as people were coming to work.
Well, that was when we first got back. We had a kind of,
except for loading naked girls on the loading docks.
Yeah, we
because
had
the media was in front trying to snap pictures.
We had a kind of smooth into.
Let's not forget homeless Charlie being a bit shocking.
Well, there's a few instances early on.
I'm not going to deny we have our moments. But the show is way more than just labeling it shock jock radio.
What are we doing now that's shocking? How are we shocking people?
They wanted to fire us for fucking homeless Charlie.
Yeah, remember that?
Oh, fucking makes me so cocksucking angry, man.
It was great with that fucking
asshole,
dummy in charge.
Asshole.
For XM. Oh, was that guy a fucking tool?
Total douchebag.
This guy used to work for the OTB. OTB guy, what's up?
Hey, what's up? Hey guys, listen. Normally, I'm right there with you when you bash the state for any bullshit that happens, but OTB is not management. I've been working there for 13 years. My father works there.
No, you're full of shit.
Nah, man, nah. It used to be.
Dude, you don't work there, dude.
I work there.
Bullshit. Yeah, your father works there too.
I work there. In
right.
The state branch, right there, and fuck. You know what? Fuck yeah. Listen, it used to be.
Right, sure. How long you been working there?
I worked there for 13 years.
Yeah, right. And your dad works there too, right?
Yeah, my father works there.
Yeah, I'm sure both of you do, right?
Yeah, we do.
Right. Bullshit.
Yeah, you know what? Whatever, man. Listen, it used to be a self-sufficient company until the state took it over. We had a basic plan. We keep 60%, the state takes 40.
Right.
They took it over, the state took 70% and left us with 30.
Right.
We closed some branches, we laid off some workers, and they still wanted more money. That's how we lost everything.
Right.
Okay, this is whatever, man. And I bid you adieu.
Yeah, right. Whatever.
It's just, there's no need for it.
I was only kidding. I believed him.
I know, absolutely.
He was telling the truth.
But the thing is, he was. If you listen to him, he missed the point that we were making. It's not OTB that fucked up. Right. We're talking about the state. The state fucked up a horse racing betting operation.
Well, he was saying
how do you do that?
He was saying that the management's a problem, but it wasn't. He's saying it wasn't OTB management.
It wasn't OTB.
Right.
It's the state that fucked it up, and I completely agree with him. But that's what we were talking about. State, politicians, these fucking idiots, they can't run a bookie joint. How the fuck are they going to run anything else if you can't make money on a bookie joint? How the fuck do you run a railroad and a city when you can't run a bookie joint?
Yeah, let's go to Paul in New York. Paul.
Hey there, Paul. What do you say, Mike?
Hey, Paul.
We paint each other up.
Hey, I do work for OTB as well.
No, you don't, dude. Jeez, of course.
Why would you do that?
The fire department. I saw on the news this morning. The New York Fire Department is starting to charge a tax. It's going to be, in fact, maybe in July if it passes some shit. If you get in an accident and they have to respond.
Oh, right.
And it's going to be tiered based on type of accident, injury, non-injury, that
damage, fire, non-fire.
Wait,
yeah, I heard about this. You're going to have to pay some money if you have an accident and the fire department and police and just public servants.
Just in New York?
Show up. In
How
New York.
How desperate is this fucking state and this city?
It's going to cost
They're just trying to find money wherever they can.
What are your
now.
taxes for?
It's going to cost.
Exactly. What are your taxes
Why am I paying
for?
taxes?
That's just it. That's what people are saying. Not only taxes,
God forbid
but
you get in a
insurance
horrible accident. Now you got to pay for it on top of the horror that it is to begin with.
How about insurance?
They said it was like 600 and 300.
Who the fuck agreed to this? Did we agree to this? The public?
We had to have. The people represent our wishes. They work for us. So them representing us, we must have said, could you please make us have to pay when we have an accident, please?
Where's that
Can you
story?
do that?
Why would we say that?
That's a new one. I heard it on the news this morning. But yeah, it's a tiered thing. Like if you have an accident with no injuries, then it costs a certain amount. If you have an accident with injuries, it's another amount. If you have an accident with fire and no injuries, fire and injuries, fatalities, and it's all based on
what asshole came up with this?
I don't know, but they're trying to get it passed. They said what will happen is these costs are going to be absorbed into your insurance policies. So now you're going to buy your insurance, and there's going to be another little thing on there that says, the insurance company's going to pay if you get into this such and such an accident. So they're not going to do that for free. So your premiums go up. Jesus. So what's going to happen is you're going to pay higher premiums, and they're going to pay off the public officials that you pay anyway through your taxes.
I need to find a mountain.
It really, I know.
I'm going to
find one is coming in.
I'm out. I need a mountain.
The Unabomber's cabin is up for sale.
I need a mountain and an ATV. That's
if you want to write
a
a manifesto.
That's all I need, because you got the cell phone now, right? I'll get some kind of cell service.
You just get a fucking sat phone.
Little
satellite phone. You don't even need a signal. It's great.
All right, boys, you guys have a good day.
That is unbelievable, too, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was going on.
Yeah, that's something new they're trying to come up with.
That's a desperation right there, instead of looking at what's going on right now and finding the money in other ways.
Yeah.
For example, OTB being fucking run shitty.
Yeah.
And the street sign thing, which I know is a Fed thing. That's a
Again, the
thing.
federal government stepped in and said that they have to replace all the signs with this lowercase signs. But it's going to wind up costing taxpayers money.
Well, this guy, Jim in Chicago, is this already happening in Chicago, Jim?
Shit like this. Good morning, boys. Shit like this. I got pulled over in this little shit-hit town called Warsaw, Indiana. I got a speeding ticket. So I finally just said, fuck it. I went in to go pay it. And I asked for a receipt. When I looked at the receipt, there were 4 separate court costs. I got charged a DNA processing fee, and I didn't come on anything.
There's a DNA.
What's a DNA processing fee?
It was $2. I said, what the fuck is this? He said, sorry, sir, it's included in the ticket. The actual speeding ticket was $49. When it was all said and done, it was $189.
Holy shit.
They get you with those surcharges out
and
the asshole.
A DNA processing fee on a speeding ticket.
But who agreed to this?
We did.
But how do we
obviously
agree to
had
this?
Oh, but you were sleeping. Something happened. You must have blurted it out to your public official because
nothing,
and your representatives because they represent you.
Nothing drives me more nuts than the surcharge. It is everywhere now, man.
Fucking yes, sir.
Let's remind the cabbies and the cab companies that they added a gas surcharge?
A gas surcharge because when the price of gas was really
out
high.
of control. Guess what? Guess what? The gas prices have come down to earth, and the surcharge is still right there when you're in the cabs. Because as soon as they add one of these surcharges, Ann taught me this years ago, they don't take it back.
They don't.
Why would they take it back?
It never goes away.
Why would they do that?
It just doesn't go away.
So my message to everybody is...
Syntax and surcharge. Yep. Yeah, watch out.
Yeah, if you get pulled over for speeding, just whip it out and ask them to DNA test you because you're paying for it.
Yeah, you might as well come on something if you're going to pay for it.
Might come in the cop's hand. He puts his hand out like he's feeding a horse, and you just come into it.
They're paying for it. You come on it.
My favorite one is when you miss a toll. It's happened to me a few times, not so much with the Easy Pass.
Yep.
You miss a toll for whatever reason, and it was 75 cents.
Yeah.
Get a bill in the mail. You missed this toll for 75 cents. Like you were trying to get away with something, right?
Yep.
Who's trying to get away with not paying 75 cents, knowing what they could do to you?
Yeah.
And then the surcharge is like a $50 surcharge to process the fact that you missed the fucking toll. So now your stupid 75 cents that you missed throwing in the basket now is costing you over $50.
And where is that money going, really?
And who approved that? Where they could just charge a processing fee that's whatever, whatever it would be. I think it's like $50.
You think it really costs them that much money for some douche to just key in the fucking shit in their computer?
Right.
Some fucking low-level piece of dirt.
They call it a administration fee, I hear.
Yeah. That's like the shipping and just pay separate shipping and processing when they have the shit, because that's the new thing on these commercials for merchandise on TV.
Yeah, people know the scam by now, right?
I hope they do, because I saw the latest one is the worst one ever for separate shipping and processing.
For the people shopping at home, online, I should say, listen to what Ant's about to say closely. If you don't know what's going on, this is unbelievable.
It's amazing. They're pretty much giving away the merchandise because it costs nothing to make and produce this crap that they're selling. I just saw one for these $2 bills. They're special American National Parks $2 bills. It's a $2 bill, and it says independently. They put this artwork on it through another company. So you get a $2 bill, and some printing press they run it through puts a little thing of Yellowstone National Park or the Grand Canyon on it.
Sure.
And you get this Yellowstone National Park thing for $10 for a $2 bill. You're paying $10 for it. And then they say, and if you act now, you'll get the Grand Canyon $2 bill for free. Just pay separate shipping and handling. For a $2 bill, how much shipping and handling difference is there to ship one $2 bill as opposed to two $2 bills? It's not like you're shipping 2 washing machines.
What was the shipping charge?
The shipping is usually anywhere between $7.99 and $15.99, $14.99 for shit that, like, if I looked at a few things and said, okay, they're presenting this as if you're paying, let's say $7.99, $8 to buy something.
Right.
When all's said and done, and you get the free one, you're paying over $30.
Jesus Christ.
When they finally ship these fucking things, pieces of shit to you. And the shipping fee, it's not a shipping fee.
And handling.
And then it says on the bottom, shipping may take 4 to 6 weeks. It's like, well, if you're paying that much for shipping, that fucking guy better be at your door tomorrow dropping off your crap.
Don't they call it something else now, shipping and...
Processing and handling. It's not even shipping, it's processing. So it's something that's going on in the factory that you know nothing about. It's unbelievable. Mr. Rock?
They still run the commercial where that old guy says, I'll give you my disc for free to show you how to use your computer.
Yeah.
Or Word or Excel, all these other programs. At the beginning, it makes it you think that you're getting all of these. But at the end, you have to specify which ones that you want, and they charge you per disc.
That's one of the biggest scams ever, because that one has been on the Better Business Bureau websites, message boards. Sure. That guy that goes, so buy my product. And he gives you the disc, you know, how to learn fucking Photoshop, how to learn Windows, how to learn fucking website building. And it's like, you have free disc, no obligation, just that. And they send you this one disc. And a lot of times you need 2 discs to do the whole thing. Right. So you can't even use the one disc. And then they keep sending you discs every month.
Like Columbia House.
And, yeah. And in order to cancel it, it's nearly impossible.
They phrase it in the commercial, just pay a small processing fee.
Yeah, small processing fee. Really, for a disc?
Assholes. How much is it?
It's a scam. I don't know what it is either, but I've read more bad shit about that than anything else. I usually do, because I got a computer in front of me constantly. So if I see something on television that I think it's like, wow, that really looks shady, I pop it in to search engine, and you just read people bitching and complaining about how awful it was to try to get them to stop sending them shit, how they never got their money back. If you order stuff off TV, you're crazy. Crazy! I guess they get a lot of saps doing that, though, during Christmas time.
Dude, people that don't go out at all, they see something real quick.
Yep.
I'm ready to order a CPAP machine.
Get a CPAP machine.
Fucking expensive cocksuckers.
Pap smear machine.
Let me go.
See, it'd be fun.
Let me go to
vaginas.
Let me go to Jay. Jay's got a story about a fire.
Hey, Jay.
Hey, what's up, guys? Dude, they fucking just outside of like Pennsylvania or something a couple weeks ago, there was this story, and dude, you have to pay for the fire department. It's like an extra $100 a year or something. You got to pay, and all these people are like, "Fuck that, I'm not paying it." So the fire department comes out, they didn't pay, they just let the house burn down. It was on the news and everything.
Really? They let it burn down?
Can we find if that was on the news and everything? That they actually let a house burn down because they didn't pay their fee?
Absolutely, dude. It was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, man. The fire trucks were parked in front of the house.
What town?
They were on the scene.
What town are we looking at?
Oh, dude, I can't remember, man. It was on all the news. Like,
what's your news though? We're around.
Where are you?
It was on Fox News. It was on.
There's Fox News in every town.
Where do you live, sir? Where do you live? Where?
I live in New York, Orange County. It wasn't right by me. It was on the news, but it was just outside. Basically, a city had.
Who are your anchors? Because I'm telling you, there's a Fox News in every city. Help us out. They do a good job making believe they're the only Fox, but there's one everywhere.
Well, I listened to the one on XM, the Fox on XM, whatever the hell that is. It's nationwide, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the Fox
Wait,
News.
so it was on Fox News Channel.
That's Sunny Fox.
Or was it Sunny Fox? Yeah, it was actually a Bill Hicks record.
No, Fox News, like the regular Fox News cable.
No pay, no spray. Firefighters let home burn. Thank you. We got it.
Wow.
All right, what's the story? Do we got the actual news clip?
Wasn't there a hooker with that motto? No pay, no spray. See, Chisholm.
I would love to see this on the news, but
is there a video?
I don't think there is.
What's it
What
say?
happened was people just wouldn't pay in the fire department, which they were just putting the fires out
Are
anyway.
your counters bounty clean?
I don't know if my counter's bounty clean. Could you just play the clip? Fucking
Commercial
internet.
before every clip now.
It's just a nightmare.
It really is. But that's the price we pay for
free video.
Free videos.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they yank them.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now you can put it on. Trying to love this thing.
Gotta fucking deal with this douchebag.
Countdown with Keith Olbermann.
From New York, in both the small and big picture, it represents the breakdown of government, a knowing, hands-off, recklessly minimalist approach, an a la carte system that openly invites specific destruction in the short term and the deconstruction of basic governmental services in the long term. In our fifth story, the home that was allowed to burn to the ground over a $75 fee not paid, now drawing the cheers of some conservatives eager to defend the policy and blame the victims. With local county authorities evidently unmoved by this, the home of Gene and Paulette Cranick burning as firefighters watched because the Cranicks had failed to pay their $75 subscription fee. But last night, the Obion County Budget Committee of Tennessee chose to expand the subscription-only fire service, pay to spray. The decision was 2 years in the making and will not go into effect immediately, but also not changed by recent events. Meantime, the prince of Too Bad For You, as well as other conservatives, happily defending the system and explaining how that system worked exactly as intended.
If you don't pay your $75, then that hurts the fire department. They can't use those resources.
Yeah, but
and you would be sponging off of your neighbor's $75 if they put out your neighbor's house and you didn't pay for it. I mean, if your neighbor didn't pay for it,
we get that part of it, but this should have never been set up in the first place.
Yeah.
Why don't we talk about how this shouldn't be set up in the first place?
Or how about this? If they put it out,
fuck?
they just bill you.
Yeah, put it out and bill me.
Those firemen, if those firemen sat there and watched that house burn, they're fucking scumbags.
Trust me, they'll find the $75 for you saving their house.
Yeah.
They're scumbag. I don't care how you spin it.
It's easy for
They're
Glenn Beck to
scumbags.
say, if you don't pay, this is what should happen. But the system shouldn't be set up in that way to begin with. You should be fighting for the people.
Exactly.
For the people.
Do you agree?
Fight for my peoples. Actually, no,
why is it?
I was Glenn Beck, so I have to agree
Yeah, I
with
know.
it.
But why does it come down to where now they got to get money out of our pocket to have
ridiculous.
basic services?
Exactly. Why do we pay taxes?
Exactly.
No,
The system itself should not be set up. That's what they should be yelling and screaming about.
Wow, it was a good call, man. You're right.
Yeah, I
Thank
don't.
you, Jay.
I don't agree with that at all.
For $75,
The whole world is going a la carte, by the way. It's everywhere. Obviously, with the airlines, and now I didn't know with the fire thing.
But again, for them to allow your life to burn like that, even if you're being a stubborn asshole, you can't evict a shitty tenant.
Yeah.
Like, there's courts, and there's a whole bunch of... What if you had paid it and the paperwork had gotten mixed up?
Yeah.
This is why these firemen are scumbags. If they watch that house burn, what if you had paid it and there was a computer glitch?
Yeah,
that caused...
and they actually did pay.
Yeah.
Well, they'd
Then
have a hell
what?
of a lawsuit on their hands.
Are they responsible for your whole fucking life?
I say yes.
That's really, really
You know
terrible.
what? Here's the other thing. Maybe that family can't afford the fucking $75, believe it or not, and had to cut some costs somewhere and said, well, we'll take a chance and hope our fucking house never burns down.
That's a little rough.
That's where the conservatives really are being twats.
He says conservatives because
No,
he's
I know.
Keith Olbermann.
Yeah.
But it was Glenn Beck that was spelling it out. So he just took the Glenn Beck paintbrush over everybody because Olbermann's an asshole just as much as Beck is.
I agree.
But that is
I
more.
absolutely agree with
that's
that
more
statement.
of a conservative ideology.
Yeah,
as far as you didn't pay, you don't get it, and I understand that in a lot of cases. But when somebody's house is burning to the ground, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because again, they don't hold the same philosophy when it comes to obscenity. Like Staliano was in here.
Yeah.
It's funny how they don't hold that fucking philosophy of individuality when it comes to what you want to watch in your home, or two guys that want to fuck each other in the ass and want to get married.
Ooh.
They don't hold that philosophy.
No.
So fuck them too.
Maybe it was a hoarder. I could only hope it was a hoarder, and they said fuck her and let it burn.
I mean, if they got great video of the couple running in and out of the burning house, begging,
Trying
and
to get their
pleading,
and bringing their shit out.
Or trying to get the paperwork done real quick before this fire.
then I understand. But
How about what would happen if they would have just handed over $75? Here you go.
Probably has to go through the proper
Of
channels, or else it
course!
looks like a bribe.
You want to? We'll head for a break.
Thought we could take care of
scumbags
these
those firemen
fire
were.
right here in Brainerd.
I
Take
know
care
it's
of the
hard
fire.
to believe that people could be that cold, but they are. How do you respond to those people who
Who's
are
the
saying today
homeowner?
that you got what you deserved somehow?
Hold on, can you pause this?
Well,
Because you got to point out how sick the media is, okay?
Gene Kranick is an old hick.
He's a boo.
He's an
He
old
is a
guy.
boo.
And they set him up for the big interview in front of his burning house.
It's his house. It's all burnt down. They gave him a stool to sit on in front of his burnt down house.
This is what the media does. These cunts, okay? They don't give a shit about this guy in his house. They want to make it look good on TV. So they set him up in front of his burning house.
It's perfect.
How about you set him?
Great shot.
How about you interview him in a hotel or a restaurant or something? Make him feel a little good.
No.
And they got lights. They got floodlights on the remains of the house because it's dark.
Yeah. They backlit it
just to make it hurt. But
great.
But now what you're about to hear is Keith Olbermann feeling for the guy and all that horse shit.
No, what you'll hear is Keith Olbermann completely trying to pin this on every single Republican and conservative.
Blah, blah. Go ahead.
Respond to those people like this. Wait till the shoes on the other foot, on their foot, and see what happens. It happens.
You're not wearing
to anybody.
shoes, you hillbilly.
I don't care. You forget things. And I did.
Oh,
I suffer the consequences for it. So, I'm not a freeloader. I've worked all my life for everything I got. And
just in case the shot isn't good enough, now they got a montage on the left side of the screen of his burned remains.
They waved him up here at my son's house, and 3 years ago in December. They waved him at over on another road over here in out of town, and saved the guy's house.
I guess it was a trailer, huh?
But I know they've waved them before, so. Therefore, they could have waived mine. And I would have paid it.
They did waive
my
it.
neighbor
Goodbye.
offered to pay 'em. I don't know if it was $500 or $5,000.
I'm surprised MSNBC didn't put a little soot makeup on the guy.
Yeah, they should have sooted up his face a little bit.
Right.
A little blackface for him.
Dude, I understand you can't just keep sponging off the system. Like, I get that philosophy. But when it comes to something like the fucking fire department or the police department, which are supposed to be covered by the fucking a la carte when it comes to basic services, which they're taxing you for.
Mm-hmm.
That's what your taxes are fucking for.
I wonder if they have a tax-based fire department here. Yeah, I wonder.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Like Long Island is all volunteer fire departments.
Right.
They're volunteer.
They don't pay those guys, which
that's
is
crazy.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Those are ballsy guys, man.
Isn't that ridiculous?
They love, occasionally because of volunteer firemen, you got to deal with the old crazy pyro fireman that gets in and lights all the fires so they can go.
Oh, yeah.
Long Island's notorious.
We've had a few.
For those volunteer firemen that just love fires. Ooh, they like a good fire.
That makes me angry.
I don't understand. I don't understand as a fireman where you're taught to, save lives and save property, that you just sit there and watch this happen.
It's like a doctor that can...
As a human being, I don't get it.
It's a doctor that doesn't let you in the hospital or whatever because when you have like a real injury because of insurance. It's like some critical injuries they have to operate on.
And secondly, I didn't know the Jimmy Dean sausage guy's house burned down.
So I burnt up all my sausage.
Sausages. At least I had some delicious sausage seat on my house burned down. Continue there.
Dollars.
Libertarian Fire Department.
Spray the house down, put it out.
Oh, okay.
But no, they sprayed the fence row.
My understanding is that you've heard about some of the coverage on some of the other cable networks today about this, people who said that it doesn't matter, that rule has to be enforced. What do you think about that point of view, the coverage on Fox News, for instance?
Can you pause that?
Yeah.
How does this is where Olbermann is just a small twat. How do you tie this into Fox? Why are you watching Fox News, asshole?
Did he have to go, Fox News, for instance? Like, let me pull one out of my ass. Fox News.
Like, will you stop?
I love how TV...
Obsessing.
There's the story, by the way.
What?
Charging for crashes.
Oh, can we get that audio?
So we could get the tier, the actual
that would be
payment
nice.
plan.
Is anybody working for the show today? Did E-Rock even know this story was happening today?
E to the
he
R.
put his prep sheet together. What were we going to say? The TV news business is going the way of radio wars.
Yeah, it really is.
They got TV wars going on.
TV wars.
Jimmy makes a good point. Why don't you just do your shit, Keith, and not worry about the Fox thing so much?
Yep.
I know that's coming from us, and we've had our battles over years. I understand that. But we're just dopey radio guys, not the fucking news, obsessing about how Fox covered this story.
That is sickening, man. That really makes me sick.
I say to this,
to
those people that they don't know the whole story about everything, and they shouldn't be judging people when they don't know what they're talking about.
The idea that that this has to, if they had somehow gone in and put out the fire without you having paid, that would hurt the system, that would punish all the people that did pay. Does that make any sense to you?
No, it don't, because I would have paid. I offered to pay. I told them I'd pay whatever it took.
And they didn't do it.
From what we're gathering from looking into this today, it looks like the firefighters do not like this system. The politicians apparently like this system. How do you respond to that disagreement between those two parties?
Well, I don't know, but I did understand that the man was calling the shots on this fire and told him not to put no water on it.
Yeah.
Was then within a half a mile of playing golf. He was playing golf right down here on the golf course within a half a mile. That really tells you that they really care. No wonder we can't get any industry and anything in this little old town around. So why should I want to put up a business or build a new home around when they're not going to do that? They're not going to do you, treat you right. And another thing is, and I don't know whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong. I hadn't researched it yet.
Research.
But part of my tax dollars comes back to this town, I think.
Oh, my God, there's more to the story. Pause that.
For fire trucks.
Doesn't shut up. All right, we got to get your house burnt down. Shut up.
Georgia, what do you got?
The rest of the story, obviously he said, he tried to pay for the house to be put out, but the next day he got arrested for assault because he went downtown and punched the fire chief in the face.
Good.
I love it.
Good.
I love it.
Punching out.
Very good, brother. Is that true?
Yeah, punch him in the face.
All right, back to the story.
Things that goes in the general fund. They don't just use it for fire trucks or the police department or whatever. And I know for a fact that they take their prisoners. When they take the prisoners, they built this new thing up here, about $3.5 million. And I understood they're supposed to have a jail in it. But they don't. They take all their prisoners over to the county, over at Union City, to the county. So what do they even need all that up there for? They're not going to use it.
That they could afford, but your $75 they could not afford. Let me ask you this. Let me just see if there's something a little nicer to this story than we've told everybody about, and I know you're living in it, and none of it's nice for you, but what's the reaction of your neighbors to this? I mean, you mentioned your neighbor was willing to pay on the spot as you were as this fire was going on. Has it generally been compassionate and neighborly?
Most everybody has been compassionate and neighborly.
That means there's one asshole.
Most everybody.
I talked to a guy from the city today.
I paid my money. Fuck him.
Fuck him.
Fuck him.
Wait, go back a little. What did he say right there? A guy from the city what?
From the big city.
Most everybody has been compassionate and neighborly. And I talked to a guy from the city today. He lives up in the city. And he said he hated it. But that was their rule up there, but he hated it that it happened. And
this guy sounds stupid, though.
He hated
he sounds stupid.
I understood some of the firefighters went home and was sick.
Yep.
Some of them even cried over it.
They should have just fucking put the fire out.
Yeah, then
you know what? They're ballsy guys.
Then it would have been their job.
Yeah, maybe so.
They probably would have gotten fired, yeah.
Well, then why would you?
Unfortunately, they were in a tough spot, too, I'm sure.
No, they're not. When you see a fucking guy's house burning, plug the fucking hose in and fucking put the water on it.
You would have been a hero. You would have been everywhere as the guy said, fuck the system. I got to do the right thing as a human being and put this guy's fire out.
What a lousy... Is that a libertarian ideology? Because libertarians are always crowing about how great their system is.
Might
but
be.
If they're that completely detached from human suffering, then there's shit.
It's a sick story.
It's sickening, dude.
It's sick where this whole country's going with this.
What a bunch of fucking twats.
We're just watching the end of the Roman Empire right here. Yeah. Laugh along, have fun, people. You're watching the tail end of the new Roman Empire.
Wow, great
United
country.
States of America.
I'm obsessed with this how the compassionate interview is set up. Keith, all right, we got to talk to you.
How could I bash Fox News? That's top priority.
No, and then let's make sure we have the guy in front of his burnt house.
Yeah.
And then on the left side of the screen, let's please do a montage of everything he owns and loves burning.
Yeah, just in flames.
But I'm going to be compassionate through the whole thing. Don't you worry. And do we have the floodlights set up on the remains of the house because it's dark? I really want people to understand that this guy's sitting in front of his burnt house.
Get that burning, I think it's that talking, flapping fish plaque thing that he probably had on his wall.
Right.
Could you get that?
Still smoldering, hopefully.
Yes.
Lay that by his side as I do my compassionate interview with this guy.
And all the tough talk conservative. He didn't pay up. That's what he gets. Really?
Do they all click like that, Jimmy?
Really? So, why don't you suck a dick in a fucking bathroom stall? Fuck it, I can't. Really, the conservatives are really beginning to annoy me with this shit. This holier-than-thou shit.
Speaking of conservatives, I don't really acknowledge or respect Glenn Beck, but what is our boy Hannity doing? I don't agree with him, but I respect the guy. What was his take on this?
I don't think he would agree with this, knowing him. I could be wrong, but I don't think he would. Yeah. He's not as crazy as fucking Glenn Beck is.
Yeah.
Glenn Beck is like a lunatic. I've watched this show a few times. I'm just like, this guy just doesn't seem right. He seems kind of.
I thought you would agree with him.
Really fucked up in the head.
Why does Glenn Beck even believe in insurance? You think he's paying for cash? He's just cash out of his pocket for his fucking for his diet, his aspartame issues.
Yeah.
You think he's just paying all that cash, or is he going through insurance? And I know he pays it with insurance, but it's like, why even have that kind of system? Why not just pay cash, pay as you go? Why not?
Yeah, it would be the way to do it.
Oh, they're really starting to annoy me with that shit.
You want to play the rest of the interview? It's just a little more to go.
There's a great special on HBO, by the way, and most of them are conservatives, about all these anti-gay activists and anti-gay politicians
that are gay.
that are fucking cocksuckers. And I love the fact that they're fucking, because they're not people who are like celebrities or people just live, whatever. Those are people actively lobbying in that against their own fucking
lifestyle,
people.
right? As they're sucking the gay.
Oh, I love the fact that who's the one that was humiliated? Larry something, that bigger anti-gay. One of those guys, one of those staunch guys.
And he was
he loved cock. He loved it. Loved it.
Larry Craig.
Oh, I love when these guys are fucking. I just wish most of them, once their lives are uprooted like that, would just blow their brains out.
Oh,
yeah. Let's finish the interview. The compassion interview by Keith Olbermann.
Let me ask you one more, and then we'll let you go again with our thanks. What's next for you and the family?
Sweep up.
Right now, I don't know. We haven't talked. We've got to wait till our insurance company comes around and says it's all right to clean up and everything, and then we'll clean up and we'll go from there. Will we bill back now or later? We'll just have to make a decision later on this.
All right.
So we may not bill back, and then again we may bill something. I don't have any idea.
Didn't build on the spot. You couldn't just pay it on the spot.
We'll be in touch with you if we...
No, you won't. You'll move on to the next story. That's what you assholes do. Shut the fuck up.
Why did it have to be paid in advance? Like, literally, if he was going to pay the $75, why, unless it's just a way to fuck people, couldn't they have paid it right there?
Yeah. Well, no, it would affect the system.
But why?
Because then everyone else would think would think they could just pay it on the spot. That's why I'm more obsessed with why is this system in place.
Then how about they just be honest about what it is? This is where Beck should be honest. It's vindictive, and it's fuck you, we told you so. But don't act like it's hurting the system, because if somebody could just hand you the $75, and then you could put it in, what's the difference financially?
That's no, but the problem is they're not collecting all that money. Because it's like an insurance thing, technically. Let's say you have 1,000 houses in this area. I don't know. They're all paying their $75. That's a lot of money for the town or the fire department, whoever gets it.
Yeah.
So then if you allow this guy to just pay on the spot, then everyone else is like, why the fuck am I paying the $75? I can pay on the spot if my house is burning down. So I see that part of it. Now they're not getting that money coming in. But once again, I question, why is that system in place? to begin with. They should have let this guy pay his $75 and then realized the system is flawed and they got to figure something else out.
But is that a libertarian ideology?
I need a TV show. Holy shit.
I don't know.
There it is right there.
I don't know.
There it is. I don't know. I don't know where this comes from, but it's disgusting.
I've never heard of this, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, but this is on top
of
of the fact that now you're paying if you get in an accident that we learned today.
Yeah.
The fact that they would not take his money on the spot when he offered it. Like, I don't care if he was late. Why? Like, if they had said, look, you pay up, and he goes, no, I'm not paying while it burned, that's different.
Because it probably would have cost the firefighters their jobs. I'm not willing right now to
I would agree with Anthony
bash
on
the
that.
firefighters.
No, I'm not
in this
bashing them. I'm bashing that system.
If they don't like the system and it's the politics behind it, they're probably following the letter of the law to get it changed.
FDNY wants to charge a fee to respond to an accident scene. Yeah, so we got to get that audio because this is the same type of thing, this a la carte shit.
Yeah.
And I agree with Ed. I agree. I believe that some of these fire guys went home and cried and puked. They couldn't believe they had to do what they had to do that day. But, you know, people are scared of losing their jobs, too.
Yeah, you don't want to lose your livelihood because you did the right thing. It's, you know, fuck that.
I would have had to put the fire
the wrong
out.
thing.
I would have had to, and I'm not just saying that to be a
YouTube
brave
it.
guy. I don't know how you just sit there knowing you have a hose that you can just, turn on and go to town.
Wow.
Unbelievable story.
That's
huh?
fucked up.
Also, I'm getting more info, and I believe I could believe this guy on Twitter. He says the guy's dog's burned to death also.
He didn't talk about that, really? Lost my dogs.
Guy on Twitter usually has good info.
They might have been burned to death before, though. Who knows if they were on fire at the moment?
They probably started the fire.
Dumb dogs.
Yeah, with their
dumb
stupid
tails
yeah.
knocking over a candle.
Exactly. Trying to get to the peanut butter.
They thought it was peanut butter time. Peanut butter time. Can we go to break with Sausage Guy?
Sausage.
Because that guy sounded like Sausage Guy. So here's Sausage Guy. The news with Big A and Roland next.
And now, this is the Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus. Sirius XM.
Listen up. Big news.
In 90 minutes, tickets for the third and final Borgata show with myself, Brewer, Attell, and Burr will go on sale. I'm sorry if you guys are sick of to hear about it. They've been selling very quickly. It's for January 15th, the late show. The last show literally sold out in less than 2 hours. This will sell out, hopefully, quickly. So that's it. I hope you guys want to come, and
if not,
a great weekend.
Fuck you.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, they'll come.
And we're all going down there, man.
Yeah, it'd be a great weekend, man.
I'm going down. I can't wait.
Holiday, Martin Luther King birthday weekend. Everybody has off Monday. It's a great weekend.
Love all you guys that are performing. I love the Borgata.
Yeah.
And, it should be a good time. You want to take a phone call from someone that says, love you, Jim, but?
Okay, yeah, of course.
I'm a big fan of the I love you, but phone call.
Well, you might just disagree with my take on something. That's fine.
Mark in South Carolina.
Hi, Mark.
Hey, Jimmy, I love you, but you are completely wrong about the whole fire department thing.
Okay.
All right, I am a fire marshal, 21 years in South Carolina. When I first started in the fire service, we had what this gentleman is living in is called no man's land. In other words, he doesn't pay taxes for fire protection or public safety or anything. He lives in the country. And what has happened, there is a few people around where he lives that says, hey, we would like to get some fire protection, but we can't afford it. So the only thing they can do is, look, if we pay like an insurance policy. Now, what the guy's basically saying is that, I had a car wreck, so I need to call State Farm and pay my policy so they'll pay this insurance.
Can I jump in real quick? I understand what you're saying there. But there is a difference between trying to retroactively get insurance and a bunch of people watching your house burn to the ground. To me, that's the equivalent of an ambulance showing up as you're laying in the accident wreck and going, well, you didn't pay, so we're not going to take you to the hospital.
But what it does, when the gentleman doesn't pay, that means, well, his neighbor says, well, he paid when it's on fire, why should I pay? Because, see, the problem is that the people that are actually paying the taxes for this fire department, they expect them to be in their fire district to protect their houses, not some yeehaw that decides, oh, I'll pay whenever I need it. It's not a pay-as-you-go, because if they don't pay, then there's no fuel, there's no training, there's no equipment.
I understand.
And I should know more than anything, because my parents' house was in no man's land when I was 5 years old, and they watched it burn down, which then in turn turned me into a fireman.
Can I ask you something as a fire marshal, though? How do you stand in front of a burning house and not put the fire out? As a human being, I understand the system. You explained it perfectly. But as a human being, how can you let that happen?
Well, actually, in South Carolina and basically most incorporated areas, there's no such thing as no man's land anymore, because the fire protection has spread out. This basically has ended back in the mid-'80s to '90s. Now, there are some little, small, rural, I'm not slamming that particular town or anything, but there are still instances there. And the main reason that they're there is because you have people like this gentleman that, by God, I pay enough taxes, I ain't paying for that shit. Well,
you didn't answer my question.
How do you do that?
How is a human being and someone that dedicated themselves to putting out fires and saving property and saving lives, do you stand on a curb and watch someone's house burn down? I get the system that is set up and why it's set up, but I want to know what goes through your soul, basically.
Okay, basically you're there because if there was a life involved, they would have responded. They would have done whatever they had to do to save that life. But this is property. All right, property can be replaced. You know what? Do I need to put my life on the line for property? I don't know. Ask those 9 firemen in Charleston, South Carolina that died in property. See, we've got to justify, is it worth the risk?
Let me ask you, why wouldn't they take the $75 on here's what this was. It was punishment. Why, and my thing is, this culture that we are in, this society, it's so inconsistent because hey, you didn't pay, you don't get it. What about the neighbor? None of us hold ourselves to that horseshit standard. Like, as a man, let's say I'm sure you have kids, right?
Yeah, I got 5 kids.
And let's say you were going to the hospital and one of your kids was injured, broken arm, or maybe something a little more serious, and there was a glitch in your insurance paper and the hospital wouldn't admit your kid. You wouldn't go, well, that is the system, technically. You'd want to wring that motherfucker's neck.
Well, actually, that's completely different because they're obligated. If there is life involved, they have a duty to act, and that's what the actual law is called, a duty to act.
No, but hold on, Mark, I'm not saying that. I'm saying the point is you wouldn't hold yourself to that same harsh standard. None of us would.
Sure. Oh, actually, and that's what I'm saying. I grew up watching my house burn down because it was in no man's land.
And that made you become a fire guy.
Fire
marshal.
I'm sorry.
But the thing is, Jimmy, it boils down to, all right, if they don't pay, then why should, if they put the fire out, why should I even do that? Why should I pay? Because I can pay whenever I need it.
I got that.
If that happens, and you can say, well, he's losing his property, he's losing this. Well, A, that's what he has insurance for, and B, that's what he needed to pay whatever fees for their no man's land, because you know what? That fire department wasn't even his fire department.
I understand.
That's like saying my house is burning. Dude, why is it New York City?
I understand. I understand
over and
all
over
of
again.
that.
We understand the system. I mean, the other part of the story is maybe the guy just didn't know. He didn't sound like he was a bright guy.
No, he didn't.
And that mentality, and Opie's right, but that mentality is disgusting to me because let's just say that those firemen sitting there had such faith in the system that they knew 100% that he hadn't paid and there hadn't been a glitch. Haven't you ever had payments or problems with a computer or something doesn't get filed? What if that guy had paid and there had been a problem with and a problem processing his payment, a clerical error? That mentality would cause them to sit there and watch his property burn over a $75 fee that he actually had. Do you understand what shit that mentality is?
Well, absolutely, absolutely. And the thing is, guess what? It's either the $75 or you don't have a chance at all. And that's what it boils down to.
Right, okay.
Because that's not their fire district. They have no business
all right.
being there.
You explained it perfectly.
It's funny on 9/11, and again, of course, there were heroes to drive in, But there are times when you don't think of stuff like that.
Right.
You just react.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There were lives involved. There were lives involved, not a shit.
Dude, I'm not. Again, you keep repeating that, and I understand it. I am not knocking firemen for driving in on 9/11. I'm praising them. But I'm saying when something is happening, when a guy's house is burning to the ground, you fucking put the fire out.
All right.
The thing is, also, they don't tell you that when they arrived on the scene, the house was already to the ground almost.
Yeah, I figured it was probably already in
All right.
bad shape.
All right, Mark, thanks for giving us a little insight.
Jimmy,
yes, sir.
Jimmy, I know we disagree, but you know what? I love you, and every night before I go to bed, I look at my wife and say, Franca!
Thank you very much. You can love me and disagree. That's part of being a couple. Thanks, man.
I want to move on to the news with Big A and Roland. A bunch of firefighters just acknowledged and said they would absolutely have to put the fire out.
Of course, yeah.
And there's other guys saying that if they did put out the fire when they were told not to, and God forbid something happens to them, then their families wouldn't get benefits.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of fucking shit going on with this story, obviously.
Just the whole system just stinks.
Yeah.
It's a disgusting system.
Yeah, the idea is flawed, I think. But
that we as a country, as individuals, we expect compassion, and we show very little. But yet we would demand compassion that we wouldn't show.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was saying about, of course I know there's a difference from property and life, and the point is that none of us would hold ourselves to that standard.
Of course. Where's Big A? Where's Roland? There's a well?
Roland's downstairs taking care of our guest.
She came early?
Her publicist did.
Okay.
Great.
So
we love
can't
publicists.
But we could just skip Roland's parts and just do a quick news with Big A. I mean,
it works way better with fucking Roland.
I like Roland.
Big A.
Kenny could do the news.
Kenny
can't do anything. No offense.
I meant Kenny's
not worth anything. Excuse me. No,
I mean, if we need something,
we want Roland.
We could have Big A doing the news, and then like the virus comes in and tries to think of a punchline based on each news story.
That would just embarrass Eric, and he's not having a great day. Hold on, excuse me. Give me that!
Which one did you get?
What is it?
The Star Wars trilogy.
Let me see.
Got the wrong one.
Let me say.
Yeah, that's the wrong one.
That's great.
She doesn't sign that.
Oh no,
version.
she's not even in these.
Nope.
These are the ones they made after.
You had me until you made this face.
I made the, yeah.
Thank you, Kenny.
Yeah.
As soon as when she comes in, I'm going to leave it right there. So, I'm sending this story.
With the pen attached to it.
Yeah.
Sharpie.
Please sign.
Well, that sucks. We were supposed to do the news with Roland and Big A.
I know.
We're prepared for Big A, though.
Are we?
There.
Big A!
Big A.
Why don't we get that lummox in here and at least talk to him?
I see Roland down the hallway.
Roland. Can he come back down now that the publicist is hanging out?
Down the hallway. There's the Big A.
See if Roland could do this.
Big A.
What's up, Big A? How are you, man?
How you guys
Well,
doing?
good.
Oh,
You guys
just
doing?
Marvy Parvy.
That's terrific.
Have you lost a few pounds?
Definitely.
No.
I don't know how many, but definitely.
Have you lost weight? Yeah, you look like a little bit thinner.
I have.
It's like saying the ocean looks a little drier. But I mean,
Yeah, you're losing weight. What are you doing to lose weight?
I mean, totally healthy.
Yeah.
Chemicals. No soda.
Diablo
Oh,
sandwich
no,
in
you
the
should try it.
No. I'm seeing nutritionist again.
okay, all right,
I'm seeing
good.
nutritionist again. I mean, totally healthy.
Wow, you look like your
Totally
face is a
healthy.
little bit thinner. When did you? I heard you had a little incident at work.
Yeah, actually, I tripped and fell, and when they had me in the ER of all the cuts and bruises, I had shortness of breath and low oxygen levels, and they were really nervous about that.
They thought it was your heart, right?
Well, we're all nervous about that.
And they had seizure done, and they checked my arteries. There's no blockage. I just have to lose weight. You know?
You gotta lose weight. This is like you could cure this.
Oh yeah.
If you just lost a few pounds, right?
A
Being
lot of
overweight
pounds,
is
a lot of pounds, but
being overweight is causing all sorts of issues with your heart.
Oh, yeah.
I'm guessing, right?
yeah, but
How old are you?
43.
Jesus, it's too young for this shit, man.
You don't.
I know.
Come on, get up there.
Let's get your shit together.
Get that weight off. Get that weight off you.
Yeah, get your weight off, and then you can get the weight back. Because that's what everyone does. But at least lose it all.
Whatever. For a little while, people will be like, "Wow, that was great."
Yeah, and then
feel a little good about yourself.
Sure. So you're exercising, trying to eat better.
Oh yeah.
All right, we worry about you, Big A.
Totally.
I'm breaking character here. We worry about you.
You do a little treadmill or something like that. Get a little exercise too. Get the heart going slow.
Yeah, sure.
All right, you do look like you lost some weight though. I was teasing you, but I was like, yeah, he does look like you're a little bit thinner. Yeah, absolutely.
How much have you lost?
I don't know, because most scales don't go up to a certain.
How much do you weigh?
Amount. When I was in the hospital, it was about 413.
413?
413
That's last
pounds.
time, and it has to be less than that, but I don't know exactly, because most scales don't go up to like about 350.
What does this scale go up to? Can we check? Even though he's got clothes on.
Yeah.
I don't know what our scale goes up to. I don't think our scale goes up to 400
I'm happy to hear
pounds.
you're we were worried that you weren't, because you want to stay alive, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
No, he was thinking that death would be good.
Oh, you had one, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Because like one of the doctors who did, check my arteries, told me if I continue eating how I'm eating in 6 months,
Yeah, you got to stop. I know the fattening food is tasty, but it's not worth it.
No, I'm eating egg whites. And
back onto the scales.
And showing he doesn't give a shit. just waiting for the next joke. Jesus, terrible. It's the worst.
Cod came out one at a time.
That's a great Rodney joke, man.
What's it say, SM?
It's hovering right around
ouch.
$3.99. Yeah.
Is that what it goes to, 400 or no?
I'm not sure. It keeps going. It's going between $3.98 and $400.
It works like the fucking the computer in War Games. When he got on, it went, "Hello, Eric." Sorry.
So he might have lost 10, 13 pounds somewhere around there, maybe.
No.
Unless the scale's fucked up. That's a good start, Big A. Keep it up, all right? Now
It'd be funny if he got anorexic and was like 110.
Yeah, that'll happen.
No, it won't.
I don't think so.
You have to call him lowercase a.
Should we have E-Rock do Roland's part?
Yeah, I guess. But I had Roland ad-libbing, so that's good. I mean.
Oh, boy.
So Roland,
E-Rock can ad-lib.
Roland can't do it?
He's great at it.
No,
Let E-Rock ad-lib. He's good.
All right, E-Rock is a very good ad-libber, so let's get E-Rock in here then.
True that.
And let's get this over with before Carrie Fisher gets here, because we're going to have a good time with
Yeah, I'm
her.
looking forward to talking to Carrie.
This will actually be easier for E-Rock since he did the prep sheet. He already knows news stories, so.
Oh, good.
He'll just be able to think of them off the top of his head.
Boom.
Boom.
Riff him.
E-Rock almost hustled.
Yeah, almost.
All right, here he
was
comes.
close to a hustle.
Yeah, right. You guys share them like it's easier, because that one's not working. Just share that one. It's not working.
Yeah, this one falls.
Yeah, that one's busted.
You guys share the mic. Okay.
Jimmy's the way.
Big A really literally just to make up news.
That's really bad, Brad. It's the sharing one mic.
All right, we ready for the news with Big A and E-Rock? You're so fucked up.
Okay.
All right.
First.
Go ahead.
All right, here we go. I love this segment.
Well, you don't make them up. You just think of them.
You guys read together. Read together. E-Rock, read with him, so I want to follow along here.
Yeah.
I want you guys to go like line by line.
Yeah, it's got to be like quick.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Good.
Here,
You got to get close to the mic, all right? Come on. All right, it's got to be fast.
Good morning, everybody.
Wait. What happened, E-Rock?
Come on.
Rock.
Why is E-Rock? What happened? Wait, Jimmy, what's going on over there? I'm confused. Why did E-Rock do
I
that?
don't know, he's being lazy. It's like, come on, bro.
E-Rock, what happened?
It smells over here.
Oh, come on. You make. What are you doing?
It smells over there.
Big A doesn't smell, but.
All right, let's go. Come on. Stop fucking around.
All right, let's go.
Got it. Go ahead, Andrew. Come on, E-Rock.
Good morning, everybody. Here with the news. Stories of the day. I'm Big A.
And I'm E-Rock. Heyo.
Rowan's line. Yes, of course.
Us.
Could you hold on? Can you start that over again? I got to take this for you. Is there a mic on over here? Yeah.
Use that one. It's fine.
Works perfectly.
All right, move. Go ahead. Am I on?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Big A.
Yeah.
Us. Students in London are steamed about new student fees. The protesters started getting violent after seeing Prince Charles drive by and on his car. The daycare is
closer to the mic, they can't hear you.
The daycare is used exclusively for transporting royal family. Still no word on how the prince was affected.
E-Rock, it's your part. News story, E-Rock.
Come on, E-Rock.
Come on.
It's your part.
Fudging around.
Let's go. News story. You have to get... I can't...
The Yankees have offered Cliff Lee a 7-year deal to take him away from Texas, who offered him a 6-year deal.
Okay.
Oprah's...
Get in frame, you Rock. He's filming.
Oprah?
Crying while being interviewed by TV star Barbara Walters. Walters got this stimulating response after asking the standing question about Oprah's sexuality with her allies stupidly good.
Oh.
Walters set the standard for conversation on stardom.
Go ahead.
News story, you rock.
Fashion designer was found dead in a bathtub in Soho.
In a finally scary
what did you
story.
Say?
Yeah, finally scary story. A mysterious hawker is on the loose. Strangling women in Pennsylvania. The killer started killing a woman. Recently is still at large. Hopefully, authorities will stop stagnating and stop this stinker out.
Here's some entertainment.
There it is.
Exactly, which means nothing about this program.
There's a big trend of teenage kids downloading games and stuff to their iPods and iPads, but using their parents' account without their without their knowing.
Oh, didn't know that.
Get in the frame, Eric.
Let Eric hold this for you.
That's fair. Yeah. Fair enough. Good call, Kenny.
That's very good.
You got
on the mic.
You got to be in the. You gotta
And
be
now,
in the,
we start the sports, as strange as it seems. Jen, Hergner, who shared penis pictures of
Lip is
NFL
quivering.
Superstar Fred wants football. Italian, I'm suspended. Oh, jeez. Stated.
Get on the mic.
On the mic, Andrew.
She would sue if Favre even isn't
Backstage is so
punished for the stunt. No one on how long of us hint.
Oh, Mike there, yeah.
She suggests, but this will be certainly be us.
On the mic.
Get on Mike.
Humble and
Come on.
E-Rock, we need
Stop
your
clowning
closer.
around.
Sorry,
Come on.
Put your lips right next to the mic.
You gotta talk into the mic.
E-Rock. You need a big closer.
And that's the news. I'm E-Rock.
And I'm Big A. Now, staring at me and host start your day.
You know what?
Hey, Big A, could you just breathe in E-Rock's
Wow.
face?
No. I want to do
What?
a game called Drill Sergeant.
Yeah?
Yeah, no,
that's a good idea. Drill Sergeant's a great game.
We played this once.
I love this one.
I want to see what the thing is. This.
Toe to toe.
Yeah, E-Rock. You're the fucking. You ever see Full Metal Jacket, Big A?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
E-Rock, because I want to see when you stand there, E-Rock, you get right in his face and you got to say, when I say jump, you say how high, but you have to yell it at E-Rock like you're a drill sergeant.
Right in his face, face to face.
Toe to toe. But you got to say the line right. When I say jump, you say how high, like that.
Toe to toe.
No, wait. No, hold on.
Yeah, toe to toe.
You have to say to him, stand still. When I say jump, you say how high.
Right.
Yeah.
Stand still. When I say jump, you say how high.
And yell it.
You're angry at him.
Yeah.
He was just making fun of you.
Look him in
Come
the eye.
on, toe to toe.
Yeah, look him in the
Okay.
eye like a drill sergeant.
Stand still.
When I say jump.
You say how high.
Right.
When I say jump, you say how high.
Andrew, you didn't mean it.
He's making noises.
You got to say it with authority, Andrew. Be intimidating.
Yeah, like Kenny. Just think of Kenny trying to be nice.
Yeah, toe to toe.
Honestly, when you see this in movies, you actually see the spit flying into the other guy's
Oh,
phone.
yeah, that's crazy.
You guys got to be almost nose to nose.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah, don't be scary, Andrew.
Yeah,
Fucking,
Andrew, you're the
it's a
drill sergeant.
movie.
You got to get right in his face.
Exactly.
As close as humanly possible without kissing him.
He's the incompetent
Yeah, let's
lunkhead who
go.
showed up late today.
Let's go. Move in, Andrew.
Come on, fuck, don't be scared,
There
Big
you
A.
go.
Give it to
When I
him.
say jump, you say how high.
No, you forgot stand still.
Yeah, start over.
What's wrong?
Come on, Big A. Fuck him. Don't let that punk get in your way.
All right, here we go.
Stand still. When I say jump, you say how high.
He just threw up on E-Rock on Big A's shirt. He just threw. Face it, E-Rock, you threw up on Big A. Oh no, Big A, are you throwing up?
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
What's wrong with Big
You
A?
all right?
He got grossed out because
I think Big A's gonna throw up.
E-Rock spit up
You all
on
right?
his shirt.
You good?
I'm good.
Andrew, don't let him get away with that.
Yeah, go give him the business.
You all right, Big A?
Yeah.
Look at stupid Roland outside the window, touching his wrist like it's time.
I hope he's showing us what he's going to cut.
All right. What's going on? Carrie Fisher time?
Yeah, we need her on in 5 minutes.
Where is she?
She's right. She's just got here.
All right,
She's here?
Yeah, she's been here for 20 minutes. Nobody's picking up.
What?
Carrie Fisher has been where?
In the office.
Oh my God!
She's here? What
20
the fuck
minutes?
is she doing waiting?
I've been emailing, texting, but nobody paid attention.
Dude, we didn't.
We're in the middle of doing a radio bit. You should have brought her down. We had no idea.
Oh my God! All right, you
We'll
two
apologize. We'll smooth things over.
All right.
She was scheduled for 9, though. She came in early.
Get
all right. Bring her right in.
Right.
Yeah, let's bring her in.
Get her right in.
Leave the door open for a minute.
She's a big star.
Air this place out. She's gonna think we all stink.
Dude, that is
oh my God,
so
that's
fucking funny, man.
That is so fucking funny.
Drill Sergeant has potential.
Oh.
We just got to work on it a little bit.
I'm going to ask her.
That has potential.
First question I'm going to ask her is, what smelled worse, the trash compactor in Star Wars or this studio right now?
That's embarrassing. I did not know she was here.
Oof.
What happened?
No. That's fine.
Oh, yeah.
She's going to think she's going to think the guy in the hallway is in a Jabba the Hutt costume.
I was thinking of that, too. God damn, I feel bad she was waiting.
Yeah.
Where is she?
Now we're waiting.
Yeah, now we have to wait.
Now we have to wait.
Because they said the publicist was here. They didn't tell us she was here.
That's all right. It's
No, I don't like to make it. She's fucking.
Just got to walk her down. I mean, how are we supposed to know? I'm not a mind fucking reader.
You are.
We're in
You
the
always know
middle.
when I feel sexy.
That's true. Good point.
I have to pee, too. God damn me.
My notes. Oh, the sex doll.
Oh, yeah.
Electric shock therapy.
What?
Yeah.
What is that?
So you got a little electric shock.
Oh, right.
That's what they were going to give OJ.
Electric shock.
Yes, of course.
Electric shock, OJ.
One of my fucking giant
Classics?
songs.
The classics?
One of my giant...
See,
got me into radio songs.
For the people at home, this would have been where we would have played a break. So
right, we would have
with
just
us.
gone to break.
Oh, yeah.
to keep the show sounding kind of smooth.
But
I thought she was down in the office right here.
I think that's
rolling,
where she was,
rolling. And there's Carrie Fisher.
Oh, my goodness. As we wait for Carrie Fisher.
So badly,
we wait for Carrie Fisher. Carrie Fisher is coming down the hall. She's coming into the studio. She's going to sit down. We'll talk to us all.
That rhymes.
Turn this music off.
I think we
Stop it. Don't be an idiot.
Today.
Good.
It's good rhyming.
I know. Well,
really good.
I want to do that.
Hi, Carrie.
How
are you?
Carrie Fisher.
Carrie Fisher, everyone. Welcome
We're
to the Opie and
good.
Anthony Show.
We're good.
Thank
It's very early in the morning.
We didn't know. We knew that your publicist had arrived. We didn't know you were here. So
Yeah, we
our
apologize.
We never had
It's
you
all
waiting.
right. I was reading
Were
this
you?
shit.
Oh, the
Post.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Post is a big pile of shit. It is true.
Well, we all saw Wishful Drinking. That's going to be on HBO Sunday night at 9 o'clock. And we all loved it. Look
Yeah.
at
All
that.
saw it where?
We
have copies.
We're a big
Oh, they
show. We
just
get
say-
copies ahead of time.
Yeah, we're good like that. And then they explode after we take them out, so we
That's
can't
good, 'cause
upload
I
them or
wouldn't want
anything.
anyone else to see
No. I didn't even invite anybody over to watch it with
Good,
me.
'cause
I didn't
it's
want
a
them to know.
Huge secret.
That's it. I know. And that bootlegging thing. You don't want to do that.
No.
Well, I want to, but I don't want other people to.
I sold
Yeah.
my copy to the Asians down in Chinatown.
Oh,
so
you know
I'm
what's
good.
gonna happen
I got,
there.
I got a nice
That's good.
payday. So
I'm sure you
They're making
did,
copies
'cause
as
of all
we
the
speak.
nude scenes in it.
What was this? Was amazing to me because it was like it's a one-person show and it was kind of like almost stand-up because it was audience interaction. But I love the fact that you had your shoes off. There was something so comfortable looking.
Well, the rugs look comfortable.
But it really looked like everyone tries to capture this vibe where they do a one-person show where they want you to feel like you're in their living room, and it really did feel that way.
I actually wanted to serve, like Doritos and dip and stuff like that, but they wouldn't let me.
Why?
Because they said that someone would be able to, claim that they were poisoned.
Sue
by
you.
it.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's getting
Swear.
ridiculous.
Things are only fun when lawyers get involved, by the way.
We love the lawyer.
They know
Exactly.
fun and funny and creative.
They
You
actually
always have
invented
to-
it.
Yeah, you always have to go filter everything through them first to really wring out anything spontaneous and fun.
Well, I wasn't allowed to do that. I used to think about it. Think about what if it was packaged food?
Yeah.
What about kosher?
Someone chokes and you're done.
So stupid.
You're just done. You see Carrie just run out into the crowd, giving a Heimlich maneuver. It's like, she's a hero. Now I'm going to sue her.
Now, Jimmy said how it looked very comfortable, like, we were watching you in your living room. The other thing I loved about it was your honesty. No one is honest like that.
They aren't?
Not on your level, Carrie Fisher. Not on your level. A lot of people kind of want to protect their image and this and that.
My image was shot anyway.
That's
it
true.
Wasn't like I'm telling people things that no one knew that before.
But you give insight. Like it starts. I don't want to give everything away, but it starts where you tell the audience that you found a guy dead in your bed.
Yep.
Who admits that?
Well, it was in the paper, though.
But not everyone reads the paper. More people now know that there was a dead guy in Carrie Fisher's bed. I didn't know until I watched this thing that's going to be on HBO Sunday at 9 o'clock.
Well, that's what happens when you get in bed with me. No, at this point. It was in the paper, and it was inaccurately reported. But I couldn't talk about that for years.
I guess.
And there is a part of me that goes, "You want to hear something really awful?" That sort of, But I tell people they can ask me questions about it, and they don't think I'm serious.
Right. How's it like to find someone dead in your bed?
Fabulous. It's fantastic. Just as you would assume. It is just, what you're thinking at the time is how great that he felt relaxed enough that he could die in bed. Because that really says something about my hospitality.
Yes, certainly. I've slept with enough women who I thought were.
Was he?
And they probably wished you were.
Yeah.
Was he a boyfriend of?
He was gay, so yes, he was a boyfriend. He was a gay Republican. And I believe being a Republican had something to do with his death. Yes.
Yeah, that's
what
a lot of
say
stress.
About him.
Yes.
For a gay guy to be a Republican,
I don't know. He didn't seem to bother him. I have also probably because he did a lot of drugs.
That could be it.
Was it a drug thing, or
that
was
could help and reconcile?
Or was he sick?
No. He was someone who abused. How do you not abuse drugs, though? But anyway,
you can't just
I'll
use
think
them.
about them that later. Abuse. The word "use" is an abuse. So, anything there?
If you're using it, aren't you abusing it?
No, I am, but I don't know about other people.
I mean, if you're just using them,
he died of sleep apnea.
Get Big A back in here.
Coupled with OxyContin use.
Okay.
All right?
Definitely a big addition.
But listen,
you think that's a bad combo, Jimmy?
Yeah. OxyContin is not a great combo.
Did you ever do it? I never did.
I
quit getting high years ago before OxyContin. I missed out on that.
You missed some great drugs.
I really did.
I got out, but I got back in just to try the OxyContin.
I heard so many good things about it.
Great stuff.
Delve right back in.
Most of the people that are raving are dead, but still.
True.
No, but he took 3. It wasn't like he could have overdosed. If you did separate the, I found him, as it were. I'm right next to him.
Wow.
It's not like I come across him. I found him laying on his back. He'd drown. What do they call that? Aspirated.
Wow.
Blah, blah, blah. But he had not taken enough of that drug to kill someone. He'd taken 3. Now, when I was taking them, come on, that was like for starters.
3.
Yeah. Were you really doing coke too when you were? She was doing coke when she was doing Star Wars. Were you getting high back then, or did your thing really kick in later?
But no, it kicked in. I mean, I was in my 20s then. When are they going to kick in now? I go to my AARP meetings, loaded for bear. I had a friend of mine that was working on the. We did snort coke a little bit on the ice planet Hoth.
You really couldn't see it much there. You could hide it. Yes, you could hide it much better.
No, but I mean, it wasn't like we were stumbling around, our outer space set spaced out. But, there were a couple of days. I was 22.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was
And
the
there's a lot of
70s.
downtime and
It's
yeah.
the 70s.
No,
Everyone's
and
having
I was
fun.
an idiot. There's like a great combination.
That leads me to the next thing. This show, I'm telling you, huge thumbs up. Sunday 9 p.m. on HBO. It's called Wishful.
It was very funny.
Drinking with Carrie Fisher. She's hilarious and very open. You talk about your Star Wars experience, and I get the feeling you're not a big fan of Mr. Lucas.
I'm a huge fan of his. They have to. No,
Like he owns your.
He does own my likeness, and I don't like that. But
you don't like that part of it. That's why I wanted to ask you about it because I
like that.
I got the
no.
feeling that it might have gone deeper than that, but you're saying no.
No, I mean, and by the way, I think he sold the brand now to someone else, because when we had to call and say, will you give us permission to do the jump to hyperspace or whatever the hell we had to ask him, he said, oh, you'll have to ask Jim Hagedorn.
Oh, somebody else owns that now?
Yeah, so he doesn't have to deal
okay.
with me anymore.
Oh, great.
Were you calling him a lot?
Yeah, I'm plaguing him with, pelting him with calls. No, not at all.
I saw with the trailer thing that Sam was just showing, there's the Star Wars lettering and, special presentation.
Well, yeah,
and
so
a
they
princess.
got that
So did
from
you have
him.
to
I had
ask?
to, sleep with him
Even
in order
that?
to get the permission. But I just mean literally sleep. Because
Yes,
at my age, you're
Take a nap.
tired.
Well, speaking of the likeness, everything came out with your likeness, and you kind
And that's annoying.
yeah.
I mean, in a good way. I like having the stuff around. The shampoo bottle twist off my head.
That is a little odd.
Pour liquid out of my neck. And George actually gave me. There was another one that came out. This one that's seated. You see it in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at one of those comic book conventions because I'd been lonely and I wanted to hang out.
Meet some cool guys.
Exactly.
Cool
They really appreciate me for what I am, or who. And there was this thing on a turnstile, and it turned around. You could really see directly up the dress of the doll to the Lagoon of Mystery. Yeah,
really.
And it had a veg.
I went. Well, I mean, it's not like with a V account and everything, but, it was too close for comfort. And so I went and got my daughter, because, you want to make her proud. And I was like, come here, you have to see this. By that time, they'd stopped the turnstile. So I did call George then and say, owning my likeness doesn't include. But, so he sent me one of those dolls where you could take the top off. So I have my own. Princess Leia.
Mm-hmm. Wow,
the fuck doll
with aureolas.
Wow,
everything.
Amazing.
That was one of my favorite parts of the show. Is when you go, thank God, there's not a fuck doll, and the doll starts. That was hilarious.
Yeah,
There
really.
was a sex doll with
really.
Literally, and it's an $800 doll that is cement. That's erotic, isn't it?
Very erotic. Yes.
I just. And hump its leg or something.
One other thing, I love that you don't take yourself seriously in the Star Wars movies we all love, obviously, and your friends beat you up because of the accent.
Oh
you
my
went in
God.
and out of the
Isn't
English
that-
accent, which
yeah.
I never even noticed until you
I
pointed
didn't
that
either.
out.
That was just like the start, though, right?
Well,
Wasn't that
but
the first
you
few
guys
scenes?
this would be if you were.
But
my
our friends would be like, holy shit, you're in Star Wars, but you have friends that have to beat you up about it.
Yes.
That's the difference, I'm thinking.
Your friends would beat you up about
Yeah, probably.
this.
You're probably
would.
right. You're probably right.
No, but it was also.
I smelt your foul stench when you came I came aboard.
I thought I recognized
I
your.
recognized your foul stench.
And but you know what? The first thing I shot was the scene with Peter Cushing, where it was Governor talking. It was that first scene. So I started to do it. I came in and went, it's literally. I wanted to do it like, hey, Governor Tarkin. I got on board this ship and I thought, what the hell is that smell? It's got to be Governor Tarkin. So George takes me aside and says, this is really, really serious shit. You're very serious. You're very upset. They're going to blow up your planet. Really, like. So I had to do it straight. So you say that line, Governor Tarkin. I thought.
Yes.
I thought I recognized your foul stench when I arrived.
I thought I recognized your foul stench when I came aboard.
Okay, now say it without it.
Hey, Governor Tarkin, I thought I recognized your foul stench when I came aboard.
I probably.
See, I'm an actor. They're not actors.
Okay,
Jimmy, do
you
it.
go.
Governor Tarkin, I thought I recognized your foul stench. And he came on board.
Mr.
Yes,
Fabersham.
exactly. It makes you want to fuck with the dialogue.
Yeah, a little bit.
It really does.
Yeah.
A little bit. Was there a? I've seen the movie a couple of times. I'm a little familiar with it. When you're in the cell and that door opens, and of course Luke is there in his little stormtrooper suit.
Yeah.
Is that what you're wearing? A little see-through? Do we actually see a
Well,
little
I don't
nip?
wear anything underneath.
And she explains that, too.
At one point,
Yeah,
the
I
light
do
hits
talk
it.
about their...
I think we see a little nip.
No,
through
here's
a little
where
nip
to
through the
look
top.
for no bra. Right at the end.
Here's
It's
where to
going to
look.
help out every nerd.
Every nerd.
This will make all the
But at the
sites.
end of the... When Luke comes back and R2's all blown up and he's been in his big fight, and I come underneath the thing and I say it really badly, and it's horrible acting, and I hated saying this line at the time. I knew you weren't in it for the money. Okay, whatever leads up to that is bouncing breasts. And it looks really stupid. It sounds stupid, but there you go.
That's the nerd shot right there.
If you want to look for
That's
bouncing Leia breasts.
Could you tell the audience what Lucas said to you about...
There's no underwear in space. But then, by the
actually had to
way,
sit down
I
and
used to
tell
have it,
Carrie
and
Fisher
he
that.
explained it. He said, when you go into space, you become weightless, right? Okay,
Yeah.
fine. So far, so good.
Sure.
But then your body expands, but your bra doesn't. So you get strangled by your bra.
Did
So you
he
figure
use
they
this
could-
as a kid?
This was the logic. When
George
I
Lucas
think
was a
when
dirty
I went
boy.
back to him and said, you did say that to me.
Because they could build a Death Star, but they can't build a bra that stretches with your tits in space.
I always have been saying they should have had a Princess Leia planet. You know, like one of the planets we could go get our hair done.
Right.
I mean, fuck, I can't put, that hairstyle every morning. Come on.
That
Very
is
funny
so
when you put that on, by the way, during
Yes.
the show.
Oh
You
my
put on
God.
the hair wig and just kind of...
Flattering, isn't it?
Yes, but you have a great sense of humor about it. Like, a lot of people take their roles
Very
too
seriously.
seriously,
Right.
and you're like, you fuck with it and have fun with it.
But how could you take Princess Leia thing?
I know
mean,
the Danish,
it
as
was
they call
fun
them.
to do, and we had a really good time doing the movie. And I was a girl in an all-male fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I was a kid.
What's the question you get the most as far as Star Wars goes?
Did you
So we don't
know
say
it was going to be that big of a hit?
yeah.
Okay, thank
Sure.
God we didn't ask that.
Yeah, I did. I had a
Yeah.
crystal ball,
Just
and I used to
knew.
sit around.
You knew
No.
sequels were coming. You knew years later there'd be
Everything.
prequels.
Yeah,
Everything.
I knew that. I could
remember
see
you
the
saying that.
merchandising.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm
Sure.
psychic.
How? What's the worst? 'Cause I know fans probably ask you. You're one of those iconic figures. Sign.
Yeah.
What's the most annoying place someone has fucking stuck
they
something on
like-
your face?
Well, people have asked me to sign their flesh so they can have it tattooed.
Wow.
So that's happened a
hardcore.
lot. That just happened in Australia again.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so dumb, but I mean, it's like my thing
Should
is
write
like,
it really
why?
big.
Carrie, feelings on the Star Wars Christmas special.
It's the worst thing ever made.
Is it not the worst
But
thing
wait,
ever made?
it's so bad it's not even good. I mean,
No,
because
no.
I actually did a favor for George because I couldn't get it.
Yeah.
I said, I will do the voiceover on this, thing, on some Star Wars thing. If you get me the Christmas special, because I think he took the.
Oh, he pretty much went out
wanted it.
single-handedly, punched
Oh,
people in
come
the
on.
face, and took
Art
it back.
Carney in the Death Star. Are
It
you
was
kidding?
great. Come
Eric-
on. Hey, how about B.
hilarious.
Arthur as the bartender?
Wait, come on. Wookiee Life Day. Okay.
Where they just spoke Wookiee for the first 10 minutes of this thing. You couldn't understand a word. There wasn't
I
subtitles.
got it though. He gave it to me. I gave a party so that we could watch it.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you're the
And
best.
it's not funny.
No,
I
there's
mean
not.
it's so bad. Okay, it's funny for a second. But then
Although
it keeps
Jefferson
going.
Starship singing in the
Awful.
little thing was fantastic.
Well, it's so bad.
I got it at one of those Comic-Con
See, that
things.
shows you he did not know it was going to be a hit.
Yes.
No one in their right mind
would have tainted the
Yes.
movie itself with that
That's
dreck.
Garbage.
I thought Han Solo was good though when he goes, I mean, Harrison said, like, yeah, you saved my skin more than a few times. I thought there was some good, powerful lines in there.
Like
in the whatchamacallit?
Yeah, it's just very funny how...
Well, then I sang that song.
Yes, you did. Now, there was a rumor you had maybe imbibed a little alcohol beforehand, or maybe some drugs before that.
There's always going to be those rumors, though, that I just was constantly staggering around. Mostly, I left my drug use for the weekend and after the shoot, because the dialogue you can't say sober. So I'm going to get loaded, freeze up my mouth.
How's the partying these days?
I've used my coupon. We're out.
You're done.
Yeah. As far as I can tell.
Do you miss it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes, absolutely. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
You said
so much fun.
Sometimes, but then it kind of stops being fun.
You start getting too many of those things where you think, I'm going to die. If you let me live through this, I won't do it anymore.
That was cocaine, by the way.
Thinks that.
I did that about
We'll have one of those.
8-9 times before it really went, okay.
Yeah, back in the 80s with cocaine was
kid.
that.
You don't want
it was like,
I don't want to get...
I think I'm going to die. I think I'm really going to die
my
here.
heartbeat is...
Yeah, it's going to pop out of my chest.
Please let me live. If you let me, I promise to.
Yeah,
if you let me live to just do some more coke, I swear.
Yeah. No, and I did not... That's not a drug I really liked, so...
No? You liked a little more of the mellow stuff?
But the thing was, I liked painkillers.
Painkillers? Wow.
But the and hallucinogens.
Oh, really? Hallucinogens?
Mind expanders and painkillers.
A little mescaline?
Worked the other way.
LSD.
She went right for the LSD.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you, what age were you when you first started...
LSD? I was in my 20s.
20s?
Yeah.
What about, the simplest thing, like a first drink or first joint or something like that? How old were you?
First joint... all of that was about 13 years old.
About 13?
Yeah.
And what did you have the kind of lifestyle where you weren't really being supervised? Was that kind of a thing?
Oh, yeah. Look who her parents were.
Oh, no, I know.
My father shot speed for 13 years, and he wasn't anywhere near, he wasn't around at all. And, my mom worked all the time.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Well, and we should get into that. Eddie Fisher is your father. Was, excuse me, and sorry for your loss, by the way.
I am
too. And Debbie Reynolds.
And Debbie Reynolds. And Eddie Fisher leaves Debbie Reynolds for Elizabeth Taylor. And that lasted a couple of weeks, right?
Pays for it for the rest of his life.
Wow.
How long were they together? Not long at all.
No, well, it's the same amount of time as my mother and him, 4 years.
4 years, okay. I didn't even think it was that long.
She converted for him, for my dad.
That Liz.
She went Jew.
Elizabeth Taylor went Jew, yes.
Wow.
Isn't that awesome?
That's awesome.
But the show is so much more than just... There's like a little piece on Star Wars in it, but it was so much more interesting.
That's why I'm
getting... The family stuff. It was really
that's why I'm getting
amazing.
into the family thing.
Yeah.
Would you punch Elizabeth Taylor in the face if you could?
No,
if you saw her walking down the hall right now?
I let her push me in the pool.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. Basically, to show her, you can't hurt me now. No, but she did.
Liz Taylor, I thought I smelt your foul stench.
Yeah. No, she pushed me in the pool, and it was then my daughter thought she could do it all the time.
She broke up the family, though.
I once gave her an award and thanked her for getting Eddie Fisher out of our house. But,
That's why you got to watch this show on Sunday. I'm telling
it wasn't gonna. I don't think the marriage would have lasted anyway. And if it wasn't Elizabeth Taylor, it would have been somebody else.
Yeah.
My parents were not a good match, but they made him into a villain. And
that's one thing.
He contributed. He just kept doing shit like that. So he
loved the Asians.
Well, he
loved the Asian women.
by the end there, that became his.
Just showing you, I watched this thing. I didn't
very
want to lie to you.
Did your parents? I know your dad passed away like 3 months after this was shot. Did your parents both saw it and did they like it?
Oh, they were in it. If they came to the show, they'd get on stage, they'd sing, they'd do.
Because how long did you do it on the stage before HBO came to you?
Years.
It was years.
Yeah, I did it in L.A. and then I did it I did it up in San Francisco where my father lived. And so I was there for months and then just in a lot of cities in America.
I loved how you ended the thing, and I won't give that away. Your out was
It was very funny.
The thing.
The way you left it was.
I don't even want to give that away.
It was just very good.
'Cause I don't want to give too much of this away.
Now, did you,
very funny.
growing up in a show business family, did you want to get into it? Did you have
No.
a need? So now you didn't want to. And how did you end up getting...
Because the bigger trick would have been, I didn't go into it. I just kind of stupidly stayed. There's something very passive about, You
didn't want to be a little song and dance girl or anything like
first,
that?
It was what my parents did.
Mm-hmm. Also, it was kind of uncool?
It was definitely uncool. Yes, Vegas.
You never want to do anything.
In Reno.
Especially then was like just...
No, and that was actually in my family, that's really was the rebellion, not the drugs, not doing my own nightclub.
No, you don't mean the
act.
rebellion,
The Star Wars rebellion.
I get confused when you talk sometimes like that.
No, who doesn't? But I didn't go. I watched my parents' careers just, kind of fade, and I watched how painful that was for them. And they scramble to try to get back. Because there is no point in a career in show business where you just go, well, here I am at this point. Now I'm just going to kick back and relax. You got to scramble to get there. And then once you're there, you have to scramble to stay. And there's no way to stay forever. You have to, And then so we watch the pictures as people then become my age and you get older and fatter and whatever it is. And it's a humiliating...
Isn't it almost a better to have loved and lost thing, though? It's like, well, you
I'm
were
not
there.
suggesting,
You were there.
But I'm just saying it's so not simple.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would rather have been in show... I would rather have done the writing. And yes, I like show business, like writing films.
A little more behind the scenes, a little more your own artistic...
Yeah, because I just didn't... The thing in front, and it just gets...
But then how did you get
crazy.
Princess Leia? With that type of...
I was brought...
With that lousy attitude.
Yeah, that's sort of what I was getting at.
Well, no,
I really didn't want to go into that business.
Screwed me, too.
Because that screwed you for the rest of your life, if that's how you really think.
It was the second film I did. The first film I did, I went with a friend of mine, George Firth. He brought me on the set of Shampoo. I met Warren Beatty. He said, okay.
I want to have sex with you.
Yes,
and then
of
what?
course.
Yeah, here's the part.
Right.
I shot one day. I was a virgin. And Warren told everyone in the crew, so if you watch that movie, I say want to fuck in it. They cut away from me so fast because the entire crew laughed at me. Anyway, so the next thing that happened was they started, I don't even know, like 6 months later, my mother's agent said, they're doing, readings for Carrie, the horror film, and for this other film, this kind of science fiction thing, and no one gave a shit about that kind of stuff.
No.
And I went in and I read for it, and I got it.
Jeez.
Oh, shit.
And then I was in. But I read that script, and I would have done that script. Anybody would have. I mean, I read it out loud with a friend of mine, Miguel Ferrer. Han Solo was the part to play.
I love Miguel Ferrer. He's great.
Yeah, he was a friend of mine and so we read it out loud, and it was just like, and I do remember when I got the part, I was really excited. Not because it was a good part, but because I couldn't figure out how the hell they were going to make that thing happen.
Make it actually work. Yeah, because there wasn't any real precedent before that.
No precedent.
That you could...
No special effects, really.
But they had this stuff, it was written on the page.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a new show out about that ILM and all those guys talk about when they read it for the first time and how many
shit, we're going to have to do this?
Right. And it hadn't been done. And there was a thing in the script, the original script, they found me not in the, when they aren't you a little short to be a stormtrooper.
Yeah.
I was unconscious in the sort of underneath the Death Star, wherever the fuck, hanging upside down, unconscious with yellow eyes.
Holy shit.
Well, I thought, I want in on that. You know? Fucking 19 years old. Yeah. And the Wookiee was then supposed to take me and carry me underwater. We were having... Now, the guy that played the Wookiee, Peter Mayhew, had giant-itis. He had no strength at all. And if
he was just
stood up
big.
really fast, he would,
We met him. We feel like we're growing as a radio show because we only got the guys that were in the costumes of Star Wars until today.
Oh, well.
The whole crew came in. We had the short guy, the tall guy, the guy in between.
Oh, years ago, yeah. This is one of the anniversaries.
Yeah, they were promoting something. They came out as a group.
Well,
like, how about Carrie Fisher and Mark
there
Hamill
you go.
and
You
the
go.
rest of them?
It shouldn't be that hard to get any of us by this point.
Were you surprised seeing the movie after reading the script and then probably doing a lot of stuff in front of blue screens at the time?
I was as surprised. It was.
So you're like, wow. Were you thinking like
it was better than I thought it would be?
Blue screen. What the fuck is?
Was that a new technology?
Blue screen was really boring.
Yeah, I would guess.
Just sit there. They did a funny thing, and I think it was in the last one. I was reading, while they lit on the speeders, when we're going through the forest. So they had actually, outtakes of me reading Colette as the speeder
racing through the woods.
Yeah, that was really good. When they had a goodie reel.
Yeah.
Of the Star Wars, I wonder if that exists.
People would
anywhere.
love to see that.
Man, that was awesome.
They should put that
right
out.
there.
Outtakes.
Yeah, that would do great.
No, there was some. That would be great. That's one thing I wish they did have.
What was the first? Because you had this image of being this. You were Princess Leia. And what was the first public indication that, like, things are there's something not like? What was your first public embarrassment, or however you want to say it, or fuck up, or?
You mean
that kind of got you in the tabloids,
famous?
and that in not a positive way.
Where people
not fitting the mold of Princess Leia, where everybody
people were looking, going, "Wow, she's unraveling."
Like when Charlie Sheen first got busted with a hooker, we were like, "Wow."
Yeah.
I wasn't ever busted. I wasn't really a spectacle till in my 20s.
They didn't find you naked in a bush somewhere.
Not that I know.
Okay.
I think you pretty much outed yourself as somebody that was kind of.
Well, I went into rehab at 28.
28, okay.
So, and really, I didn't really abuse everything until. So it was like between 22 and 28 was when I.
Yeah, you were hanging out with a pretty fast crowd there, weren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fast and dead.
John Belushi, yeah.
Dead.
Dan Aykroyd, obviously.
Dead.
Well, that whole SNL,
that scared the shit out of everybody. We all were waiting to see what John died of, hoping it wasn't the drug we were on.
Oh,
really?
Shit.
Did you guys know that he was going to go too far?
Of course we knew he would, yes.
I mean,
John was
it was legendary even at the time when all that was going down. Everyone was very
concerned. Danny used to call him the black hole in space because if you put anything near him, food, drugs, whatever,
just suck it
gone.
Holy jeez.
So that was actually when I first did LSD was on the Blues Brothers set, and
wow, really?
there were all these policemen around, and we thought they were extras. They were the police.
And you're all fucked up.
Yes. Very.
Oh my
God. But
LSD
John
on the set. Wow.
And John just he also Danny called him America's guest because he could just go up to anyone's house and go, "Listen, can I use your TV?" Because something's on. He just
everybody's that guy. And
one time he wanted
lovable.
to go with me to Disneyland. I said, "There is no fucking way that would be fun because you are the Matterhorn." But he was one of the first people I knew to have those, drug guards, sober coaches.
Oh, yeah. Really? Wow.
And so one time he had his sober coach. I always thought the guy's name was Peaches. And he comes over to see me. I'm getting my hair dyed for some movie or permed or whatever. And he says to the sober coach, "Okay, you go now. I'm with Fisher." And I was terrified. I said, "Please don't go. Don't put me in charge of this." Because, of course, it did not end well. I mean, I couldn't I was put in the position of being like, "John, should you be drinking sake?" It was, no, it's just tea. That's okay. I mean, I knew enough. I was about 23. I knew enough at that point that that's not okay.
Yeah. You said the best thing about resentment, too. You said It's you drink the poison. It's when I drink the poison and hope the other person dies. How did you put
drink the poison and wait for the other person to die.
Wow. What a great statement about it, because I seethe with resentment, and it was just such a great way to put what a shitty state of mind that is.
It really is bad. I actually said to my mom recently, "Isn't self-pity awful?" She said, "Actually, I like it." You complain.
It gives you something to do.
I think a lot of people like self-pity.
Yeah,
I know. Wouldn't it be great if it was aerobic?
Right.
But no.
So you were diagnosed with bipolar?
I was. I was pretty early on. At 24. And the only reason I think it didn't happen before that was I didn't go to a psychiatrist. But I had asked to go into therapy at 15.
Wow.
And no one in my family was in therapy. It was just the weirdest thing in the world to do. So
why were you asking? Something just didn't feel right?
No.
No?
She goes, no.
No, it didn't feel so. I felt like I was trying too hard. I wanted, out of control, people pleasing. You want everyone to like you, and if they don't, you're devastated.
That's not really an odd thing.
It was the intensity.
Oh, okay.
And also, I was getting crushes on gay men even then.
Really?
They were the only people that were around that were male. I was a chorus girl on Broadway in my mom's show, like everyone.
Not many gay guys on Broadway, though. Where'd you find them?
I managed.
She figured it out.
Yeah. I figured out. And so then the shrink said to me that I wanted to be a superwoman.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're getting the signal. We got to wrap.
Yeah, you have depressed.
We don't want to.
We wish we could talk to you for 2 hours. You're great.
Exactly.
We all love this thing that's going to be on HBO Sunday at 9 p.m. on HBO. Wishful
Drinking. It was funny, man.
Hilarious. She's obviously very, very funny. And very, very honest with her life. Not just the Star Wars thing. It's her whole life.
Yeah,
I thought the family stuff was fascinating. The whole thing, there was so many interesting parts, and the way you kind of goofed on Star Wars and your part, and you had fun with it. I loved it, and it was. I'm telling you, that barefoot thing. I had never seen a performer do that on a stage.
It
just made it. It made it.
Fetish. We get it.
I don't even like feet. I typically boo feet. I don't like them. But
I have really nice feet, though.
I noticed that a lot.
Awesome
a lot. Yeah, I freeze framed out. Whatever. It was just my thing. But I thought you were terrific, and I
I'm good at
recommend
playing
it.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a stretch, but
and it wasn't melodramatic. There was poignant moments of it that felt very genuine.
But not
it was not corny. Right. It was not maudlin or it wasn't like insert teardrop. It was just very, very genuine.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have liked that. That would have been. I watched They showed it in L.A. and I was sort of there somewhere around. I felt like I died.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like it was a documentary. I just watched one on HBO about Sergio de Mellon, the guy that worked at the UN that was killed in a. So there are these other documentaries
from dead people.
Dead.
And we all actually just quietly just said nothing. We're all dumb fuckers. We did not know who that was.
The other guy.
Right? No, but go and see who that is. He's like a perfect human, and that's actually a really good documentary too of theirs.
Oh, and I watch a lot of those documentaries on.
I
HBO.
like them
I love
too.
Yeah.
Well, Carrie Fisher, phenomenal. We love you.
Thank you guys for having
Sunday
me.
at 9:00. I want to take a picture with Carrie Fisher.
All
Yay!
Right. With your earphones on.
No, I'll take these off.
All right, we'll be back.
Take a break.
Opie, Anthony, I've been listening to you since day one. I thought you were the greatest.
You find this funny? You're really rude and disrespectful. I was offended. You find this funny?
Who touched you?
Get in touch with the Opie and Anthony Show. Call 866-WOW-1-WOW. That's 866-969-1969. Send your questions or comments to feedback@opieandanthony.com.
Just when you thought the show couldn't get any better, we're waiting for a phone call from our friend Dana White.
Really?
Yeah, what do we got going on with UFC?
Well, Dana's
what is he promoting? I know what he's promoting, but for the audience, just in case they don't know.
He's promoting that in 14 minutes.
That's right.
Tickets for the January 15th Late Show, the Antisocial Network, go on sale. Myself, Jim Brewer, David Tell, Bill Burr. They go on sale for the Late Show Saturday. And theborgata.com, it will probably sell out.
Yes,
and that'll be the
will.
last one. It's going to be a great weekend.
So get your tickets at, what is it, in a few minutes?
Theborgata.com.
Yeah, actually, you can get your tickets at Opie Radio on Twitter. So that's
What? Yes, Opie will be buying tickets and handing them out. I think that's fair.
I think that's fair. I'll buy a few for some people and hand them out. What the hell? I can do that. A couple things really fast. Carrie Fisher was an amazing guest.
She was great.
I hope she comes back. Wow. And people are going, were you guys lying about the HBO thing? No, I really enjoyed it.
Very enjoyable.
I don't know if I would have searched it out on my own, to be completely honest with you. Because I'm not a huge Star Wars guy. I love the movies. I love the movies, but I think I've only seen them a couple times each. That's about it.
What else don't you like? Apple pie and children and puppies?
But I watched it because we were going to interview Carrie Fisher, and I really liked it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So that's as honest as I could be with that.
Yeah,
because sometimes we do have to lie. We're stupid for letting you in on all the secrets. But someone on Twitter goes, "Do you really like it, or were you just saying that because she was in studio?" No, we really enjoyed it. And the second thing, the Big A E-Rock thing. I gotta just say, wait till you see the video because
holy shit, I was cracking up. Jesus,
E-Rock's faces that he was making.
Heaving.
When he was dry heaving, trying to keep it together as Big A was reading the news, was just
apparently
amazing.
There was a little problem there with something as far as a fragrance went.
Yeah, well,
and E-Rock couldn't take it, and he was. What do you mean?
Can we talk
he
to
was a
Dana
little
White,
too
please?
close to the mic, and I think there was some residual stuff on the microphone.
Dana White.
Sure.
What's up, buddy?
There he
is.
Dana.
I got it. First of all, I read your tweet yesterday, and I want to thank you personally, my friend, basically calling us the best show on radio and the only show you really enjoy doing, or something like that. I forgot the exact tweet, but it was very, very flattering, and I
being honest.
Thank you. And are you a Star Wars fan? Because we just had Carrie Fisher in here.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I wouldn't say that I'm like some crazy fan or anything, but yeah, I grew up watching it, and yeah.
We were discussing, she just left, and me and Jimmy are convinced that we could have sex with Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
And we're thinking, would you? Because, I mean, she's not the young Princess Leia anymore, but it's Carrie Fisher.
Hot.
Yeah.
She was hot.
Mark Hamill jerked me off on the set of Corvette Summer, so I think I have a shot with her.
Would you have to do it just for the history kind of a thing? Like, yeah,
I would do it for the hotness.
What? Really?
Yeah, it's my fetish. Old out of shape brother.
Holy shit!
So are you?
She would appreciate that. She got a sense of humor.
Yeah, every chick likes to be called old and fat.
Yeah,
right.
Out of shape, he said, not fat. Jesus, Jimmy, you just really tagged that one nicely.
You did tag it nice to make it even worse.
Hey, Dan, are you in New York?
No, he's in Montreal.
I read that, and then somebody said he was in New York.
Oh, are you in New York?
No, I'm in Montreal.
Okay.
Way to humiliate me.
Montreal.
I have this argument with people all the time. Unfortunately, I haven't been to Vancouver, but my favorite Canadian city is Montreal because I haven't been to Vancouver yet. I like Montreal over Toronto.
Halifax is quaint.
Halifax?
Yes.
That Montreal is, I love it, though. Man.
Do you find, I was there for the festival this year, and we were downtown, and there's a kind of a creepy vibe in certain Montreal areas at night.
When you're there?
You're creeping everyone out. Why don't you stay in your hotel room? So we could all relax.
I don't know. You guys have never been. Vancouver is awesome.
I know.
I love Montreal, and I'm a big Toronto fan, too. I actually was in Toronto all week. Stayed there 2 days longer than I was supposed to.
Well, the problem with Toronto, they dress like it's 1962. I can't get over that.
Hey, you couldn't tell right now. It was so cold when I was there.
Well, yeah, but they have a whole underground city in Toronto, which I think is pretty amazing. You can live your whole life underground and have everything you could ever need.
Except the sun.
Yeah, I know, but they figured it out.
It's a big one.
But they figured out how to live in a horrible, climate that is Toronto.
Who are you? St. Pierre, Koscheck. This is the rematch?
Yes.
And when is this airing? Saturday night at 11 o'clock. I can't see the monitor from there. 11 o'clock? Is that 11? Oh, December 11th. Okay. And what time is it? 10 p.m. 10 p.m. Jesus, is that small? Either that or I'm fucking older than I have been.
Yeah, no, UFC 124, man. St. Pierre is fighting again.
What is, did Koscheck's weight? I mean, what he had to come down a weight for this, didn't he?
No. Koscheck's 170. These guys fought back in 2007. And going into that fight, Koscheck was saying stuff, I forgot more about wrestling than this guy will ever know, blah, 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 blah. And, he pretty much got out-wrestled by George St. Pierre. This fight is coming off, these guys were both the coaches of Season 12 of The Ultimate Fighter, where, Koscheck has tormented and busted his balls the entire season. And I'll tell you what, man, it's the first time I've ever really seen George St. Pierre this pissed. You know, he's a real nice guy and very easygoing. We did the press conference up here yesterday. We tell you what, man, these guys are ready to fight. This is going to be a fun one.
Do you think that a lot of that was to cut, like, because Ali would always say that whenever he would kind of shit talk or do all that stuff, part of it was building the fight, and a part of it was, you know, do you, and Frazier's like, nah, that went beyond building the fight. What do you think of this? Was this just promotion, or was there more to it?
No, it's the same thing. Listen, the thing is about Josh Koscheck, you know, every time this guy fights, he gets booed. People don't like him, you know, and everybody talks about him, you know, being the bad guy and playing the bad guy. Josh Koscheck's a dick. This guy's just one of those guys that, you know, is a dick that just, you know, when you're around him, you're just like, oh, my God, this guy. Well, you know, he's in the fight business, and he's been doing that. He's been doing some pretty shitty stuff to George St. Pierre for 13 weeks on TV, disrespecting him. And, you know, you got this guy disrespecting you on TV, and you kick this guy's ass once already. St. Pierre's fired up, man. I'm telling you. I've never seen him like this.
So you want St. Pierre to win? I guess it's not. I guess you don't want to go on record, but it's obvious you want him to
whoever
win.
wins. Here's the thing with Koscheck, and people have asked me this. You know, going into the season, now me and Koscheck, we you know, we weren't getting along at all. But I actually, Koscheck and I have become closer since the show. So it just he is who he is, and like I said, he's not a bad guy. Just one of those guys. Dude, don't tell me you guys have never hung around with some guy who's just a dick.
We work with them.
All right. I'm working on it. Jesus, give me some credit.
Holy shit.
All right. I'm in the room.
But yeah, you're right. There are guys that like that you just accept that about them. It's like, all right, well, that's who the guy. In this game, too, where they're all kind of alpha males, the odds of it happening among athletes on this level are probably a little bit higher anyway.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I got it. You're probably sick of talking about it, but I got, because I don't think we asked you personally, Brock Lesnar, what was that with The Undertaker? What was that all about?
Yeah, actually, I haven't had an answer to this question for a long time, but now I do.
Oh, you do?
I talked to The Undertaker the other day, yeah. And, you know, his thing was, apparently, him and Brock have some type of beef, and it just so happened Brock walked by him, and Brock's wife was sitting over on that side of the octagon, and he was walking over to get his wife, but she had already been taken, you know, backstage, and you know, that's how it all went down. And
you know what the beef was, though?
I don't.
You do, but you don't want to say.
But you know what? He's a good guy. The Undertaker comes to a lot of different events that we've had, and he's a real good guy. Called me the other day, and Vince is a good guy too. Vince has always been stand up with me, and you know.
Wow, because we were trying to figure it out, so it was a real beef. We weren't sure if they were setting up something for maybe a wrestling thing, but then we're like, Dana's not going to allow that.
Yeah, and Brock wouldn't do that.
And why would Brock go backwards at this point?
Yeah,
right.
That seems kind of shit. You know what? That really annoys me though, because Brock just lost a heavyweight championship, and for a guy to say anything to him. It just doesn't make any sense to me how you fucking say something shitty to a guy who just lost a championship fight.
He got caught up in the moment.
Because he doesn't like him. You know what I mean? When you don't like somebody, what better time to say it to him right after he loses?
Yeah, that's a very good point. And we had Cain Velasquez
Oh, that's right, we did.
In studio after he won, and what a great guy. What a nice guy.
He really is a good guy. He really, really is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he and I had a little beef. But yeah, we worked it out with him.
I don't know if you're
fucking bitch choking me.
I don't know if the videos make it to you, Dana. But every time one of your guys comes in here, Jimmy allows him to put him in some kind of death hold. I don't know what's wrong with Jim Norton, but Velasquez, what did he do to you? I forgot.
I think it was the guillotine.
Yeah, the guillotine. Jimmy took a guillotine on our show and tapped out within an eighth of a second. But
yeah, that's a bad one. Guillotine's hurt.
I always find that these guys, and it's not a masculine challenge at all. It literally is just to experience what it is these guys experience in the ring on a millionth of a level.
That's bullshit, though. You would never know.
Yeah, Jimmy fucks with every big guy that comes in there, man. You know what I mean? Jesse Ventura, all the UFC fighters.
With Jesse, it was a real aggression. Like, we didn't like each other. But with I love these guys, and I set it up very nicely. So I'm like, look, I'm just curious. Show me gently.
Bi-curious.
Not bi-curious.
When are you going to take a punch?
Never.
Oh.
Like a guy let Liddell. You ever see that video, Dana, of Chuck punching the guy in the arm?
Yeah, he hits Ellis in the arm. Yeah,
Like that's challenging, and he had Fedor kick him in the leg. Jason Ellis, it was like that's the type of shit I wouldn't do.
Jason Ellis is the real deal to take a kick from Fedor.
Oh, no doubt, man.
And I didn't know he took a punch from Liddell too.
Yeah. I don't know if it was Jason Ellis, but somebody took a punch
Dana
from
saying
Liddell.
Jason Ellis.
And that was like they were doing some live event somewhere, right?
yeah. It was on his radio show.
Unbelievable.
Hey, who else is on this card? I always say his name wrong. Alves.
Yeah.
And how is he? Because he had to drop out of a fight.
He's good. Thiago Alves is good. He's in great shape. Here, his weight is right on. He'll weigh 170 pounds, and he's fighting John Howard. I'm predicting. Normally when people ask me what the fight of the night is, I usually have a pick, and it's not the main event. I actually think the main event might be the fight of the night for this one, but Thiago Alves Howard is the fight that many people are predicting will be fight of the night.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah.
How well received is this up in Montreal? It's unbelievable, right?
Oh, yeah. First of all, this weekend, this fight, we broke the North American attendance record. Over 23,000 people will be there in the building.
Wow.
That's the biggest attended fight in North America, and it broke the worldwide gate for mixed martial arts at like 5.5 million.
No, I'm so happy it's not in New York, because that money, thank God that we don't have that kind of revenue coming in here in New York City, because that would just, why would you need that?
Terrible,
I'd rather pay it through my taxes.
Dana's working on that. And
you want to know what else? Every hotel up here is sold out. All the restaurants are packed. The malls. I mean, it's just you're 100% right.
I like you like to brag, don't you, Dana?
I'm just saying, Jim.
I'm just fucking with you. I'm just
Why
messing
not
with
have
you.
all these people down in New York City right now spend money?
Dude, I'm just fucking with you, Dana.
Guess what? The economy doesn't suck up here in Canada.
We're very happy for you. I'm just breaking your ball.
Has it got?
No, but I'm agreeing with Jimmy.
Has it gotten any better though in New York? Has it any closer?
We're getting there. I mean, I'll tell you what. I honestly thought we were going to get New York done before Toronto. And we got Toronto done, so we'll get New York done, too.
Good.
But it is moving, at least, in the right direction.
Hope so.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing as a New Yorker, it's embarrassing.
Is Boston done? I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
We did Boston.
They did Boston.
Oh, wow.
Man, you guys, every one of you guys got fucking amnesia today, man.
We're just idiots.
Why, Dana?
Sometimes they come on at 1 in the morning.
I know.
I'm an older gentleman now.
It's Friday, and we just did drugs with Carrie Fisher, so we're a little...
Yeah.
You're right.
You're always organized and everying. You run a big business. We're just idiots on the radio.
I'm struggling with sleep apnea. I don't think well in the morning. I'm trying to look at the thing, and Sam's popping up on the screen. I can't read it. And I didn't even know that Ultimate Fighter 12 season was on. It went until it was like halfway over. I had no idea it was even on. I just fucking nobody tells me anything.
Jimmy needs people to tell him stuff.
I really do. And hold on. Now! Get tickets now! Sorry. It's called Jim Norton making it about himself. Get tickets now for the Borgata! Sorry. I'm whoring tickets that are on sale.
Jimmy's got 2 sold-out shows, added a third. That's pretty amazing.
No, it's with other guys, though. It's not just me. I have to be very honest.
You're the headliner.
Well, no, I'm not.
Fuck those other
like
guys.
you, too.
What's that?
Who's ever
You're like you, too.
Exactly, except for all the talent and fan base. Exactly. I'm like Bono, where I annoy people with my opinions. That's about as far as I go. I still know what the fuck a Joshua tree is. We get it. It's nice.
No, UFC 124, we know. Saturday night, 10 o'clock.
Dana calls in because he likes us. You don't need us to promote this. It's sold out. It's obviously going to be a huge... By the way, did I tell you I watched one of the events on my fucking computer, and it's great the way you guys have the streaming. It's really amazing in casinos where they don't show the fights.
Yeah, thanks. No, it's one of the things that's been fantastic for us. Obviously, as technology continues to grow, we just have so much more distribution, and we can get it to so many more people that couldn't... not everybody has cable. Not everybody can afford pay-per-view. So there's so many different. You can watch it in movie theaters now. There's so many different ways to watch it.
You're obviously happy with where the UFC is right now, but what's the next step? Like, what do you guys want to do now? Are there more countries you want to get into besides New York? What else do you want to do with the company?
We've been going global and going to all these different countries, and we just opened an office now in China.
Jesus.
Within the next couple of months, we'll have. We'll be in over 1 billion homes worldwide. Right now, we're in 500 million homes. We're opening up India and China right now, and we'll be in over 1 billion homes.
Do you make money off that, Dana? In 1 billion homes?
Couple of dollars, you think?
Make a few bucks off that?
Have
you ever been to China?
To be honest with you, a couple of these, markets that we go internationally, we actually lose money. But we're looking at it, when we bought this company, our goal was to build a sport.
Right.
And to build a sport means everybody all over the world is playing by the same rules. So, sometimes you got to spend some money to go into these markets, but, that's what we do. So.
And have you been to China?
No, my partner Lorenzo was in China.
What does he say about it?
He said it was awesome. He said it's incredible. This last year, I spoke at Bill Gates' house. He has that CEO summit every year.
Wow.
And he calls in, brings in 250 of the world's top CEOs. And the theme for this thing was America's yesterday, China is now. It's crazy over there. Crazy. The amount of money and what's happening over in China is
7 years
pretty
ago.
scary.
The Chinese are coming.
How could we capitalize on that?
Dana, I got to ask you about Bill Gates' house.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Well, I read an article about all the crazy stuff that's in that house, where you could control your own climate in your area and stuff. Did you see any of that stuff?
Air conditioning.
But this is like you get I don't know how.
It's an Afghan. this magical portable blanket you can place over yourself.
I don't know how it works
You
now.
give Snuggies to everybody.
Right. But supposedly you get some kind of like app type of thing, and then
when
everything
you walk
adjusts.
around,
Everything
adjusts
adjusts
to your personal thing. Yeah,
your personal
like
taste.
A little thing on you.
What was the craziest thing you saw in his house, as far as technology or whatever goes?
It was huge. It's really, you have to take a boat over there. It's on an island. You take the boat over there, and it's a beautiful house. When we got there, everybody was pretty much in wonder. It's not like we were all wandering around the house,
just walking around stealing stuff.
Right, stealing.
Very
secrets.
cool.
Yeah, just taking
selling it
things
to the
like
Chinese.
Rupert Pupkin over Jerry's house.
Is he a? What I would? This is the difference. This is why you're successful and I'm not. I would have dropped a deuce in the bowl and left it.
An upper decker.
Yeah, I would have dropped a fucking upper decker at Bill Gates' house and then Twittered it.
That's why we're not billionaires.
And you'd never get back there.
Hey,
you'll never go.
Is he a UFC fan?
I don't know if he's a UFC fan, but when I spoke at the summit, I think I introduced a lot of those guys to what the UFC is and what our plans are over the next 10 years.
Do you know nobody? It's funny. I'm talking to my friend. He's my age. He's got like a son who's 17. And I'm like, he's like, all he wants to do, because my friend doesn't watch UFC, but he's like, all his kid wants to do is go to a UFC fight. Like, nobody under fucking 20 or 15 is really watching much boxing or anything anymore. It's like UFC is the one that everybody's watching.
Grab that whole audience. Dana grabbed that entire audience. That
entire
demo.
I think what's happening too is think about when we were growing up, guys. When we were growing up, your parents would put you in either karate or taekwondo or something. Mixed martial arts is the new martial art, and a lot of these kids these days are growing up training in it. And this is fortunately the sport that all these younger guys like.
And you were smart, too, because you hooked up with the military, and that is certainly your core audience. And I know you did it for patriotic reasons as well, but it's still a great place to be, showcasing your product with the military, because those are the guys that are going to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the things that's happened is we translate with very well with the military, police officers, firefighters. I mean, everywhere we go, no matter what city we're in, the police. I mean, when you fly in here, the border patrol guys here. I mean, everybody is. Those are the type of guys that really flock to the UFC.
Now, in the Middle East and Mexico, I mean, you kind of broke through there. Is it popular now in the Middle East? You guys went over there. You did do a fight. Is this something you're going to go back and do? Is it grabbed? I guess I don't know what the terminology is, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely. The crazy thing about Abu Dhabi is, the guys that run that country are very young guys, very very hip. And let me tell you what, if you go to school in Abu Dhabi, you have to take jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu is like a math or science. You have to take it. So they do that with the kids from the time they're in kindergarten. So yeah, it's big in the Middle East, though.
What are we doing in this country? What are we doing?
How about Kane? Are you going to have him defend in Mexico?
No, I don't think he'll defend in Mexico, but Mexico's a very important market. Just think about this. When we bought this thing, for me, the three no-brainers were Mexico, the United States, and the UK, traditionally very big boxing countries. So those, I never saw Canada coming. I didn't think Canada was going to be, as big as it is. Yeah.
Is that the biggest surprise, you think, the fact that Canada is, because baseball, they just out and out really rejected. So would you say that this is, was that the biggest surprise for you?
Absolutely, no doubt about it. And to be as big as it is here.
That's awesome.
I mean, last night, we were out last night. They have a casino up here, So we were up at this casino last night, and they got TVs everywhere in there, and it's all that was playing on television last night. It was crazy. They love it up
in
here.
Canada?
It's literally like
That's Canadian casino like.
It's probably the same as a casino here. You walk in, you get your ass fucked, and you go home. Same as every casino in the States. They bleed you.
Actually, normally when you go to the different casinos, that they're not what you expect when you come from Vegas. I was actually surprised at how Vegas-like this casino
They
is.
do a good job.
I'd be throwing toonies at the dealer's head. Just fucking throwing toonies at them with their dumb money. There's hockey players on their money. How smart could they be?
Why are you insulting Canada?
Yeah,
Dana's there.
Dana's on the phone. He's in Montreal.
He's on the phone. He's in Canada, but he's not a Canadian.
He's in
Are you
Montreal,
Canadian?
though.
No.
Jesus
he's
Christ,
not
good.
It's in Boston.
It's all about America, my friend.
He's a hardcore Boston
It's all about
guy.
America. Hey, good. I'm glad they like the sport, but for the love of God, let's, get the hockey
We
players
got a
off your money.
huge audience
Silly.
in Canada ourselves. They love
Toonie
us
and
in
a
Canada.
loony. What kind of money is that?
We don't have a huge audience in Canada. I can't get a gig up there. It's fucking humiliating.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Oh.
I'm like the comedy cuckold. I have to watch my friends go out and do great gigs in Canada.
Have you decided who Kane's going to fight? Velasquez?
Yeah, he's fighting Dos Santos.
Did we know that?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, what UFC event is that going to be?
We don't know yet. We're not sure which.
A little further down the road.
But that's a great fight.
Yes.
Were you honestly? I mean, you're pretty honest about were you surprised that fight ended in the first round?
No, I wasn't surprised that it ended, but I was surprised at how fast and how. Yeah, I knew somebody was getting knocked out in that fight. There's no way that fight was going to go 5 rounds with those two beats.
I could not believe how fucking he pushed Lesnar off him. I could not believe how strong Velasquez was. I mean, I had a feeling he was going to lose, and I thought he was going to lose badly. But everybody I picked, by the way, I'm wrong. I'm 100% wrong.
Yeah, you really are horrible at picking a winner.
I'm the fucking... Yeah. I'm the ace, but the wrong way. Who was it? Who was it? The fucking De Niro playing casino?
Yeah, Ace. Was Ace?
I couldn't remember his last name.
Ace. Whatever his fucking name is.
Well, all right. Well, Dana's the UFC. It is
Rothstein.
Yes. This I hate the fact that Sam got a man reference before I did.
I know.
This the fight is this Saturday, 8:00. It's UFC 124. And I can't believe I got that wrong. Koscheck and fucking St. Pierre is the main event.
We'll be more prepared next time, Dana.
10 o'clock on pay-per-view on the East Coast.
10 o'clock? Was I off by 2 hours?
You were.
I really am a fucking bag of jizz.
It is Friday, though. He'll give us some
Doesn't
slack.
matter what day it is. I was off by 2 hours. But before I was off by fucking 3 hours. Is it 1 in the morning? Is that when you're doing your event? I really am stupid. All right, so who's fighting? You have Ali Frazier. Ken Norton is fighting. I really should be fucking mouth fucked with a stick. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited that I'm whoring my own tickets. All right, I guess are we is the show over? We're finished.
Yeah, we are.
We fucking stumble to the finish line like the lady in the wheelchair that runs the marathon every year and clogs up traffic.
Yeah, Dana,
fuck it.
Next time, note to self: call us at 7:30.
Yeah, a little earlier.
We're a little fresher at 7:30.
This time on a Friday, very difficult to hold our attention.
I think it was entertaining, and we did get some plugs out, but it was kind of it was a sloppy one this time.
This Saturday night. Our apologies for being so unprepared.
Don't forget Jimmy Norton at the Borgata.
There you go.
Oh, damn.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Third and final show. Hopefully sold out already. 10 minutes in. You know how I do. Yeah,
Yes.
sure they're available. All right. When are you going to be back in New York? I would like to see you again.
I'm not sure. My travel schedule's been so crazy, but I should be back there again in January. So I'll hit you and we'll hook up.
What do you eat in Pinkberry? I told you, I twittered that I thought of you when I was at Pinkberry. I really did. I told my girlfriend.
No, Fruity Pebbles.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
See, at least I remember that much about them.
Too.
Huh?
Strawberries, too. The original with the strawberries.
Got to go original, no matter what. Just stick with the original. I go with the fruit, the fresh fruit.
I actually
a little chocolate thing.
I actually
sprinkle on top.
I said to my girlfriend while we were eating Pinkberry, I'm like, fucking Dana White eats Pinkberry all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
I could not have gotten a bigger who gives a shit stare out of a chick.
we were trying to make it more manly. That's what you do.
But there's
Dana
no
White can pull it off. I don't think me and Jimmy can.
Dude, there's no way to make a chick interested in that your fucking friend eats fucking the same cold snack you're having. I literally should have said, I ate this once and then fuck my ex-girlfriend. All right, Dana, you're great, man, and I'm happy for obviously how well things are going for you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, he's just laughing at us now.
All right, good luck this weekend, and we'll see you soon, buddy.
Take it easy, Dana.
All right.
Take care, man.
You know what?
Oh, God.
And
that was a disaster.
No, it was fine.
It was funny, though.
That was fucking hysterical.
This Saturday night, I just wasn't. I didn't realize he was calling it today. So
bigger, who gives a shit?
It was very funny. That she just was like,
I really don't know the card this time around. I just don't.
I know Koscheck St. Pierre will be a great fight,
Oh,
and
my God,
I have
always.
heard those guys hate each other.
Yeah.
And I've heard that Koscheck's a dick. I just didn't watch a UFC, The Ultimate Fighter this year, which was odd this season. I normally would watch
You love that show.
Yeah, it's great. And I just fucking didn't know it was on until it was halfway over.
I got to go all in with that show. I look at it here and there, but I got to go all in. And,
I don't
and watch
claim
it
to
from
be
beginning to end.
a UFC expert. I just love the sport.
Yeah,
I love it.
I love when he, you know.
You just totally ran out of steam on that thought.
I love how the
that was my new bit.
when the
you were waiting, weren't you?
Yes.
I tried out my new bit. It works.
I want to know how
Let's get the fuck out of here.
ticket sales are going.
Jimmy, you're going to do very well.
Oh,
Third show
absolutely.
for Jimmy's Borgata show with Jim Brewer, David Tell, and Bill Burr went on sale about 13 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock, January 15th, the late show. It's going to be a fucking... I can guarantee it's going to be a great show. I very rarely will say that, but this is going to be an amazing show. And, sorry, we just babbled.
Anthony, what do you got over there? I see you got something cool.
Well, Opie, you know something? Shaving every day. Oh, my God. Isn't it a drag?
It's a nightmare.
Like, literally, a drag. But it makes other things in life possible. Oh, like a job? How about a significant other? Things like that. Good thing there's the new fully loaded Panasonic Multiflex shaver. Yes, it's the only 4-blade electric with ultra-sharp nanotech blades. I can attest to this, people. I can. I use it. Look at me right now. I'm all grubby, right? Because I didn't use it. I didn't use it like yesterday. So I'm grubby. I'm not going to have to pre-trim and then use an electric razor to get it close. I just take my wonderful Panasonic Multiflex shaver, fully loaded, and run it over my whiskers, and they're gone. It even amazed me.
What?
Yes, you don't have to like pre-shave.
You know what I did? Because
with
I was
an electric.
I was bored.
Yeah.
I shaved my beard. I used the word shave in quotes because
okay.
I used a tweezer and pulled them out individually all weekend long.
Okay, see, that's something you probably don't want to do. It's not comfortable. I'll give you it's probably close.
It was real
but
close.
But it's not comfortable.
But it took forever.
And you could probably use it in the shower.
By the time I was done, I had to start all over again.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. It sounds terrible.
Oh, God,
it sounds very painful.
My mic off.
I love the new fully loaded Panasonic Multiflex shaver. Remarkable closeness. And like I said, you can use it in the shower, wet or dry, with shaving cream, without. It was awarded, the Panasonic Multiflex awarded the Best in Show Grooming Award from Men's Health Magazine. See for yourself how ultra-sharp blades and the fastest motor means such a better shave. It's great. Why don't you go to this website right now, fullyloadedshaver.com. Come on, fullyloadedshaver.com. Find out about the Panasonic Multiflex, the world's first fully loaded men's shaver.
Opie and Anthony on the Virus. Sirius XM.